fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two dumb Yinzers, loud and proud. Heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two dumb Yinzers, the stories don't get
Hey, welcome back to the show. This is episode 1010, everybody. Welcome back. Glad to see us today on this Friday installment of the Two Dumb Yinzers. Yeah, welcome back. Michael, how you be, man?
I'm great. I'm doing super well. I got to watch some football last night, and a little bit of it before I had to go sleepy sleeps for work. But yes, I was excited.
It was wonderful.
On my television.
It was wonderful. Even though it's the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals, I will take it.
Yes.
And if you can believe this, everybody, this day next week, we're going to be analyzing how the Pittsburgh Steelers played against the Green Bay Packers. This day, right now, next week, 1 week from now, we're going to be talking about the Steelers-Packers results. God, I can't even believe it. I'm happy. It's a good disbelief.
It is a good disbelief.
Welcome, everybody, to the board. Glad to see you today. Welcome back. Another episode, guys, 1010. And again, like these 10 episodes went way faster than the first 1,000. At any point in that last month or so, trying to get to that 1,000, it felt like it was 6 years. But this 10 days made that period of time just seem insane.
Yeah,
because here we are.
It's flown by, brother.
It's unbelievable. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. A lot to get into today. The Steelers are behind closed doors due to inclement weather. They are not practicing in front of the public today, which was a change, of course. They were meant to play out, but that is not going to happen. They got thunderclouds, all this kind of stuff over in St. Vincent College in Latrobe, and they are not going to be playing outside. But tomorrow, you're not going to want to miss it if you are heading down to training camp in Latrobe, because it is going to be Saturday Night Lights. Years and years and years, it was Friday Night Lights. Now it's Saturday Night Lights. And even crazier, once you knock out Saturday Night Lights, Mike, you basically only have about a week of camp left.
Yeah.
You know, they come back on Monday, a couple days, then they play, and then they go to the following Monday, just a couple days after their first preseason game, and then they're already back down on the south side. So, again, this time next week, not only are we talking about the results of the Steelers-Packers game, we're already getting ready for them to wrap up camp after the weekend would conclude. So it's all coming so fast, guys. Again, still 3 preseason games, 2 of them here in Pittsburgh, but the very next one, guys, less than a week from right now at Acrisure Stadium against the Green Bay Packers. Mike McCarthy's former team, of course. So lots of things to talk about as we do move forward. We do have updates on some injuries. We also are going to talk a little bit about Coach T. Coach T looking pretty good, making his debut on broadcast, doing his broadcasting last night at the Hall of Fame game. And a couple of Pitt quarterbacks. And the latter ended up being more successful than the one that was a first-round draft pick. We'll get into all that, so much more today. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back. This is 1010. Glad to see everybody today. Let me jump on the board. I don't want to miss a single thing today. Everybody, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Cody Silva in the house. What's up, brother? Always great seeing the code, man. He says this. I've been saying Payton Wilson is the guy, and you have been. You've been saying this for quite some time. And I think I figured out what the problem is. I leave my windows open here in the studio at night, Mike. And then I have all these blue lights, and for some reason they attract everything. I don't know what the hell's going on. If you see me running and diving and getting away from flying objects all week, this is what's happening.
It adds a lot of enjoyment on my end
So
watching you, because I know internally it is freaking you out that they are there and they're buzzing the tower. It makes me chuckle. Maybe you can catch them and cook them up and eat them.
Well, I'm trying to think what the hell's going on. I've never had this issue, but then I'm looking around me and I have all these, basically I have bug lights everywhere.
Yeah.
I have this black light to my left. I have the blue light behind me. And again, I noticed it happening after I added the blue light behind me. So I don't know. I have to do something, make some kind of adjustment. It's embarrassing.
I like the blue light behind you.
Well, I do too until I get eaten by bugs. So,
well, Mike, I like that. I like that even more.
I guess it's better than eating bugs at the end of the day. So, I guess I'll have to deal with this end of it as well. I do want to say thank you to Cody. Cody sending subscription to a membership. I'm sorry. Also to looks like Faye Baby Productions. Congratulations on your membership, and also thank you for that, Cody.
Cody the man.
Everybody, yeah, let's get to the board right here. Let's go to back to the code dog. He's saying, I've been saying Payton Wilson all along. You sure have. And also another one sent out from Cody as well. That is to Foots Big. Again, thank you, Cody. Right here, let's go back to Cody on the board. Carson Beck was cooking last night. Carson Beck did look good. He came out on fire, drove the team right down the field, scored second drive out, threw a touchdown pass, ultimately going 15 for 19. For 188 yards and a touchdown with 125.4 quarterback rating. Not a bad day at all by this fine-looking gentleman that I believe Mike is putting up on the screen.
I'm putting up right now. Sorry, I meant to have this. There he is.
There he is.
There he is. The Carson Beck is back. I said it was gone after the draft, but no, it is back.
That's the face that opened up the football season. So there you go, guys. It's like smelling salt. If that don't wake you up and get you ready, nothing will. I'll get back to the Hall of Fame game in just a moment. Let's get through some of these messages. I don't want to get behind today. Tortilla, all the way from Sacramento, California, my man. He says, I told y'all Carson Beck was him. And again, I do want to say thank you to Tortilla and Cody on the board giving out memberships.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
Yeah, you guys really are. Thank you so much. I'm looking. I see Steven Stroud. He did get one. I'm still waiting for Tyrone's name and Mark Malone's name.
Rusty Loudermilk. I love it.
Yeah. Let's continue to move along right here. Let's go to Kevin. What's up, Kevin Reed? My man, all the way back in the house on the terrible board. He says, hey, Yinzers. Yeah, what's up, Kevin? Great seeing you as always, my friend. Welcome back to the terrible board. We were getting ready because, again, 1 week from right now, we're going to be breaking down how the Pittsburgh Steelers Packers game went. It'll already be done and gone, and we're well along. Let's continue on. Let's go right here to Cody. He says, I would give the Panthers a 7th for John Michie. Jen, always great seeing Jen on the board. Missed you, Jen. We seen you yesterday. There was just so much going on, and I apologize. I told Mike after the show. I was like, I felt bad. I wanted to talk to Jen, but there was just so much happening on the board, and the fighting.
I know. I went back to look, and I think Tortilla and Cody need to apologize to Jen because they did not say hi to Jen.
Yeah, I think that would be fair.
Yeah.
Let's continue right here. Let's go to Cody. Cody says that wide receiver Horn Jr. was lighting up those defensive backs. Coach T, my favorite part of the night last night was me. We'll talk about, of course, everything along that line as well today with everything that happened with Coach T making his debut last night, doing some broadcasting. Tyrone in the house. JPJ is the GOAT. My man, I always disagree with you because I think you're the GOAT. Tyrone, you were the GOAT, but JPG is a close second. Welcome back, Tyrone. Great seeing you as always. Kevin says pay JPJ before the price goes up. Let's get back to Jen. Jen says mine was when they dumped ice water on you. Let's continue. Of course, that was to Coach T. Tortilla says the rain is saving us from injuries, providing they don't get hurt indoors.
I was going to say, that's what you think.
Yeah. Let's continue. Hey, Tyrone, everybody exchanging pleasantries to my man right here, the original OG Yinzer Joe in the house. Hey, Yinzers, what's up? Great seeing Yinzer Joe. As always, he says trade JPJ. Let's continue down the board right here. Let's go to, again, I do want to say thank you to the guys for sending out some memberships on the show today. Always greatly appreciated. Thank you. Let's go right here. Steel Loyal, my man. He says, boys, guess what? And also, Mike, I sent you over something that Steel Loyal made for us. So,
yes. I'm sorry. I didn't email that over to myself. I can get that up here in a little bit. I totally forgot about that.
Steel Loyal did send. He made a really cool picture for the show, and I really dig it.
I saw it. I saw it at like 2:00 this morning when my alarm went off. I was like, I reminded myself I got to do something with that. I totally forgot. My bad.
Just a reminder, if the creative bug hits you and you feel like making something for the show or anything like that, do send it in. We'll certainly display it, have it on the show, talk about it, and feature it. Guys, again, we'll have that up for just a second here from Steel Loyal. Great seeing you all the way from North Carolina. A couple more gifts out there as far as the memberships go. Thank you again, guys. Let's go to Jen. Jen says, Mike, give Ryan your crackers so they eat bugs. Mike, give Ryan your crackers.
I think she meant to say crickets.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, we have another. Today, again, Mike is going to be seeing what he is going to possibly be doing Monday morning to start the week off. As you remember, this week he did eat crickets, and it was all dictated by what we did on Friday in the trivia. And Mike, this is still, we wrap up the equipment and padding trivia installment. We've been doing it all this week since the Steelers went to pads. We also went to pads on the trivia. So I am just throwing that out there right now, Mike. The question of the day will be regarding the football padding. So again, you want to stay locked in because again, if you lose, it could be even more demeaning than eating crickets. Who knows what the next one could be, Mike? It could be involving duty. Who knows what it is? But again, good luck to you. It is about pads and equipment. So keep that in mind. Just giving you a little heads up. Let's go to Tortilla. He says, foot's big. Foot's big. My man, Cody. Cody says, haha, Tyrone ain't going to get one. I just wish I could. I still wish I could give one out. I would give one to Tyrone last week.
I wish I could personally hand it out.
I know. Unfortunately, we can't. We can't. Or we would, believe me. Let's go right here. Watch this. Tortilla says. And he follows that up with more memberships. Again, thank you, sir.
And none of them hit tie.
And none of them hit Ty or Mark Malone, though. So
yes.
You're keeping track. If you're keeping track, that's what's going on there. Aaron Jade in the house. Here we go, Steelers with them Rockets, baby. You know I love to see it, and especially as football season is right at the doorstep, guys. Again, right now, this time next week, Mike, 1 week from right now, we are talking about how the Steelers and Packers game went. It is the very next game on the menu. There's quite a few 7:00 games for next Friday or Thursday. But Mike, we again in that group, and we will be the very next football game played.
I can't wait.
Features NFL football team. So that is so close, if you can believe that. Mark Malone says, yeah, old goalie Godley Beck is off to a great start. He sure is. He looked good. Tortilla says, dude, these names we are gifting are wild. Mark Malone says, Beck is this year's Shuck. Tyrone, he says, I don't know why I can't get one. I don't know either. It's fucked up. Because again, even if like a random system, sees a bunch of names and like at least gives it to people that are there actively on the board every day, that would be a way to do it. But it's not the way that it goes, unfortunately. Let's go here to Tortilla. He says, Ty, did you change your acceptance to get one, dude? Always great seeing Jen, of course, as Tortilla is saying. Tyrone, I turned it on. I think so. Sick Jones, all the way from across the country. My man, 3,000 miles away. He says this. Good morning, motherfuckers. How the fuck y'all doing today? We're doing good, bro. Doing good. It's Friday. Tortilla says, YouTube said it to only Mark can buy yours. Haynes King, still loyal. I got to be honest with you. I'm familiar with this name. Pitt played Georgia Tech last year, and he was the quarterback that led this Georgia Tech team through a really good season until they played Pitt, of course. Haynes King looked nice last night. Again, we'll get to that here shortly in the Hall of Fame game. Let's get to Cody. He says, I apologize to absolutely nobody. The trolling champ does whatever the fuck he wants to do. And I wouldn't accept any other answer from Cody.
Yeah, I can respect that. Ryan, do we want to put a poll up to see who everyone thinks will get the membership first, Tyrone or Mark Malone?
Please do. And is there some? I thought there was another name as well. I couldn't think of who it was when I was actually talking, but it seemed to me that there was also a third person, and I just can't think of who it was. But yeah, go ahead and put a poll up, Mike. Put a poll up to see who everyone thinks will be the first to receive a membership. Will it be Tyrone? Will it be Mark Malone? The GOAT, the man, the myth, the mustache? I don't know who it's going to be. Mike's going to throw up a poll to see who everybody thinks it will be. Let's go here to Tortilla. He says, my sources told me not to be mean today. And Steel Loyal says, hi, I'm Sources. Tortilla Steel Sources would be a fire YouTube channel. That sounds pretty sick. Also, Cody says, Mike has to eat Badger balls or his team won't follow him on the field. Okay. Huh. I like that sales pitch. You really sunk in and bit me, sunk in your teeth in and pulled me in with that one.
What are you? You can sink your teeth into something because I'm not sinking my teeth into that one.
And because I'm not a bug, I guess. So I guess you wouldn't sink your teeth into it. So again, we'll just move right along here. You can't gift the GOAT. You can't gift the GOAT is what Tortilla is saying. Let's go to Just Learning. Always great seeing Just Learning in the house. My man says 6'9". Elevation, New Mexico. Great seeing you, brother. Welcome back. Again, we're 1 week away from breaking down the Steelers and Green Bay Packers. Corey, don't drink that. He says, yo, Ryan, my guy. Yeah. He says, sorry, I had to. Don't kick me out. I wouldn't do that to you, my friend. Do check Corey out. If you are into conspiracy theories, Corey has a podcast right here on YouTube, and he has a plethora of different conspiracy theories and such. No matter whatever your interest is, go check out Corey. Don't drink that right here on YouTube. Let's go down a little bit right here. I do want to say welcome back to Dr. Sammy. Dr. Sammy Munchkin in the house. Always great seeing Doc. Always good to have a doctor in the house.
It is.
Welcome back, Sammy. Welcome back to the Terrible Board. We'd love to have you. Love to see you, my man. Let's go right here. Let's go to Cody. What part of New Mexico do you live in? Oh, the 69 elevation part, of course, Cody. Let's go down here to Kevin. Kevin says this, can't wait for the preseason games to start for us, my man. And again, less than a week, if you could even believe that. So again, we wait 2 weeks for paychecks. We're waiting 6 days for a Steeler game. I understand the wait, the want is going to make the time go by just as paychecks do. But again, at the end of the day, it's here. It will be here real soon. Let's get down to Jen. Always great seeing Jen on the board. She says, I agree. Let's go Steelers football. Let's get it started. Yinzer Joe says this, even the OG doesn't get gifted. So, yeah, he doesn't have it, does he? That must be who I'm thinking. Is it Yinzer Joe?
Yeah, Yinzer Joe, yeah.
Maybe you should throw him on there as well.
Oh, I already started it. Sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Let's go right here. Let's continue down on the board here. I'm going to go to... It must be random. Yeah, I Just Learning said this. Did the gays get with Derpy for lunch? I don't know. That's a good question.
Like, they're his people.
Maybe he'll pop in today and we'll get some more answers. Again, big thanks to Derpy being down on the site, down on Ground Zero, Mike, at St. Vincent College in Latrobe yesterday. And also, if you want to pull the picture up that you saved from that as well, maybe we'll have picture time here in a little bit because I think this is funny as well. Let me continue on right here. Let's go. Jen got the terrible towels, looking great, loving it as always. Let's see, Cody sending out memberships, all kind of things going on the board. Guys, thank you so much for all of the memberships sending out, guys. Greatly appreciated. RB, my man in the house, says this Tyrone's membership is holding in until he pays his.
I saw that one come down the pipe and I was holding in my laughter.
I gotta be honest with you. Again, I'm not busting balls. That was funny. Come on.
I gave a game ball on that one.
Yeah, please. Game ball.
I had to. Sorry, Tyrone, but that was a good one.
That's as good as it gets. Let's continue to move forward right here. Still Loyal says, laugh my ass off, RB, as membership is holding in like JPJ. Let's go here to Ty. Ty says, I'm not paying it until the Steelers pay Porter. All right.
That's fair.
Fair enough. I can't say that I have a problem with that. Let's go to Aaron Jade. Aaron Jade said, both deserve a membership. I cannot pick between the two. They are both black and gold till they're dead. And cold, I agree.
So that's why Aaron Jade's the GOAT.
Aaron Jade is the GOAT. Does Aaron Jade have a member? Did somebody get him a membership? Let's continue on. Let's go right here to B. What's up, dude? What's up, B Smiles 84?
B
Always great
Smiles.
seeing you back in the house, my man. He says, what's up, fellas? It's good to see you today. It's good to see you too, my friend, as we are just less than a week away from the first Steeler football game against the Green Bay Packers. Of course, albeit preseason, not many of us care at this point. We're ready to see our team back on the field. We're ready to see those black and gold uniforms, especially at home with the black jerseys. I know I sure am, guys. Again, 1 week from right now, we're going to be breaking that game down, if you can even believe it. Welcome, my friend. Just Learning says, is Trump's kid autistic? I am not sure. I'm not sure. It's possible. Let's continue right here. Tyrone says, Aaron, my guy. Just Learning says, Teos, New Mexico is where I be. B says, this became a member level. My man, thank you so much.
Hi.
Again, we appreciate that. To the new member, the newest member, B Smiles 84 on the board, my man. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. And thank you for your support. Tortilla Jackson says this. He says, we'll probably gift the other people on the other podcast before Tyrone gets gifted. They'll be on other shows using the derpy emojis before Ty gets gifted. It's insane. It's crazy what's going on. Again, Cody, thank you, sir. A bunch of new names I'm seeing heading out. So thank you. You YouTube gifting bots. Let's go here. Hey, y'all. B Smiles. My man Tortilla says whoever gifts Tyrone is going to be a legend, a GOAT, if you will. Let's go back to Kevin. Kevin says Payton Wilson will have more tackles than PQ, in my opinion. We're going to talk a little bit about Payton today. Maybe you've seen the thumbnail. Let's get here also to Corey. Corey, Don't Drink That says, I think Carson Beck is the future of quarterbacks. He's the first with surround sight. His eyes run off of AWS. That's actually really good, too. Come on, surround sight. I don't know if I can't not give that a game ball. This might be an Oprah Friday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, honey child. You just hang tight. We'll see how many of these game balls I'm going to send out today and give away free to all of you. That's right. Let's go here to RB. RB's gifting memberships as well. Just kind of following down the names. And again, I see Kevin. Kevin received one. Congratulations to you. Welcome, Kevin.
Just Learning.
P. Morton, all the way from Japan. Mike, I still don't see Tyrone.
I still don't see Ty.
This is insane. We're gonna have 1,600 members, and Tyrone is not gonna have one.
Dude, it would have been fucking poetic if it's the one that RB gifted. If it went to Tyrone.
I know. Oh, I know.
That would have been fucking great.
Or like Steel Loyal and him and RB after yesterday, or something just crazy like this. Let's see. RB says, here we go. There's Ty's membership. Let's go down here to Tortilla. He says Tyrone might have a case against YouTube. This is discrimination. I agree. I don't like this. Let's go right here to RB. He says, laugh my ass off. It must want more money. Let's go right here. Thank you, RB. Kevin, again, welcome, my friend, the latest membership. Welcome aboard. RB, Love Green, Just Learning says, Steel Loyal says, this got to be racist somehow. It's got to be. It has to be. Let's go here to Corey, guys. He says this, I'm seeing motherfuckers get gifted that have never been on the damn show. Certainly not on the board. Absolutely. I agree with you there. Cody says neither Mark Malone or Tyrone will get it. One more try, RB says. So maybe he's going to get in here and do another one. I do want to say Tortilla. He says, I have a dream that Tyrone will run around with his name green. I love it. There you go, RB. And I want to come back to that for a second because I like that.
Mark Malone got it.
Tyrone, Mark Malone, Steel Loyal, Corey, Tortilla. This is the day. This is how you know we're getting close to Steelers season, baby. Welcome aboard. Congratulations. I didn't even get a chance to vote yet, Mike, on the poll yet. But again, who sent that out? Was that an RB?
That was an RB.
All right, RB. You know what? Automatic game ball to you for that. Tyrone, they was saying, Mike, on the board, they were favoring Tyrone. He was going to get his first, but guys, they both got in. Congratulations again. Thank you for thank you for your support and helping with the membership, guys. And again, welcome aboard. Finally, with your memberships, guys. Again, Tortilla, Mike, he says, I have a dream that Tyrone will run around with his name in green. Let's go right here. YouTube bots hate JPJ2. Again, Aaron, Mark, Ty. Mike, it must have been listening to us because we were saying it's getting all the people that are never on the board. Then all of a sudden, this one, bang, bang, bang. Again, Aaron, Mark, Ty, Steele, Corey, Tortilla. Guys, again, welcome and thank you, everybody. It helps, and we greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Let's go right here. RB got it. Mark Malone wins. Oh, Ty, let's go here too. Yinzer Joe, he says all these new memberships getting memberships before Ty and I. Oh, Yinzer Joe is the only one left, guys. So we have to try.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's the one. The board is green until Yinzer Joe talks, it looks like. And that's unfortunate. So again, we couldn't have slid him in on that one. That could have been Mike, that could have been like the 74 draft.
Right? Yeah, it would have been an epic one. He's the original OG's looking to be the Donnie Shell of the group.
Okay. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being the Donnie Shell of the group. Again, all the green on the board looks nice. Let's go right here. RB Yahtzee, thank you. Finally, everybody, of course. Let's go right here to Corey. Corey says this. Thanks, bro. I appreciate you. I'm not having sex with you tonight, though. My eyes are up here. Oh, man.
Well, I like how he said tonight.
Yeah,
he left the door open.
I really was looking forward to this eventful Friday night. Let's go here to Tortilla. That was actually sick. That was pretty damn sick, wasn't it? Still Loyal says everyone is in the green now, but it was worth it. I agree. Look at you now, except for Joe. My God. Let's go to Cody. Cody says this. It looks. It only took all of us spending $80. Let's go right here. Let's go to Aaron. He says taboo. I see some derpies. I see some TJ Watts, guys, keeping the shushes there by Jen, looking wonderful on the board. Again, enjoy the membership. You do have access now to all these. You do have the loyalty badges, excuse me, next to your name, and you also get all these new cool emojis, actually. And again, you might have thought a week ago, that sounds so fucking stupid.
But yet here we are.
But yet here we are, because I did the same thing. I remember going on my dude. I watched baseball, and I thought, that is so dumb. I'm not doing that. Come on. Next thing you know, Mike, I got my card out. I'm getting all these emojis. I'm hoisting the cone. Of course, it's a pirate stream, so the hoist the cone every time they do good. I'm putting my cones up there, and again, I reverted back to being a 10-year-old almost instantly. So again, I think you're going to enjoy it, guys. Liberally use them on the board. You do have a shirtless derpy. You do have some some Vanilla Thunder emojis as well. The terrible towel, the two dumb Yinzer logo, a bunch of the catchphrases from the show, guys. I do enjoy them. I know that I sure am. So again, thank you so much again for your support, guys. We greatly appreciate you, as we always do. Nothing would change that, but thank you. And again, congratulations to all the new members. Enjoy. It's a lot of fun. Believe me. It don't sound like those little pictures are fun, but they are.
Yeah, they are. All 96 memberships.
Look at that. Couple days, 96. It's all because of you guys. You really helped us out. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you so much. That's a lot of dongs, Mike, if you think about it.
That is a lot of dongs.
It's a lot of dongs. Let's go here to, I'm going to go to 6. 6 says me and the OG Yinzer Joe. Oh, that's sick. Don't got it either. Okay. All right. Well, maybe if we speak it into existence, it will happen like it just did for everybody. Let's go to Ty. He says, shout out RB. We argue a lot, but he's still a Steeler fan. So absolutely. And that's how I felt when I walked away from the show yesterday. I didn't feel Ian's got, it's what it is. The show has chaos sometimes. It is just what we do. Things get toxic, and that's what, you know what? That just be what it be. Let's go right here. Let's go, Yinzer Joe, LOL. Mike Tortilla Jackson, of course, saying, how many times can we buy memberships before we hit the amount of people watching it? Was ridiculous. Steel Loyal said all we had to do was call YouTube racist. That is pretty odd that played out that way. Maybe that's the secret. Money is so racist. I don't want it anywhere around me. Racist ass money. Don't give me no racist money.
Beautiful big titty women don't fall out of the sky.
Boom. Still Loyal says, let's go right here. I see the logo. From Mike putting it up. Tyrone says Loyal got one too. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go to Cody. He says, where's the Finch's Teeth logo? And I was thinking of that, Mike. I thought we should really...
Thanks to you guys, we can add our 13th emoji. So
I think this could be Finch's Teeth. It's in demand. I don't know that we can't.
All right.
Let's go. I talk to you. Omar Khan is racist if he doesn't sign JPJ.
All right, I'll see if I can work on a Finch's teeth one while you guys.
All right, let's go right here and continue that, Mike. We're going to pull them pictures up pretty soon too, so don't get too.
Oh yeah,
tied up.
I got some pictures ready.
All right, let me add two. Wait till let's get through the messages.
My bad.
Let's go to Steel Loyal. We got the Derpy, the Face Palm Thunder. Corey says we should get a Vietnamese dong emoji, a Vietnamese dong emoji. Let's go here. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
Steel Loyal says immediately use my favorite ones. LOL. Awesome, brother. Enjoy them again. Enjoy them. This is fun. They're for fun. And again, welcome to the membership. Let's go here. My first membership to this is awesome. Tyrone, we love you. We are so happy that you got that. Believe me, man. Steel Loyal said this. Yeah, I got no hard feelings toward RB after yesterday. If anything, it was fun. Absolutely, man. So one thing about being a Steeler fan, instead of arguing, say you're arguing a Ravens fan and it got heated, you're going to hate them afterwards. I mean, these are our people. So at the end of the day, it be what it be. Game ball. Tyrone, let's go just learning. He says, I'll be walking tall all day, and you should hold your head high. Tyrone says, Mike, can we get a JPJ? A JPJ. That's a good one as well. Also, let's go to Corey. He says, yeah, I don't want to get monetized today. YouTube is racist, and I don't want the dirty money. Fuck, still nothing. Damn it.
It's a good try.
Tyrone, again, all the emojis looking good. Chinese parlor emoji. You guys are full of answers. You guys are full of good ideas. Member numbers keep going up. They give us more access to make more emojis. So, again, you helped us today, guys. Thank you. We will get the Finch's teeth, I think, is next on the list, guys. Yeah. Let's get to some Hall of Fame game. This is what went down yesterday, guys. We all been waiting all offseason to get to some football, and it happened last night in a small town called Canton, Ohio, as the Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers got together and played a football game at Tom Benson Stadium. It was a good game for what it is, for being the first preseason game, for being the Hall of Fame game, which generally is never really that great of a football game. Mike, the quarterback play was pretty good. The final score on this was Carolina 33, Arizona 30. Kenny Pickett, Mike, to start the game, he started for Carolina, went 8 for 11, 62 yards, and 86.2 QBR, respectable. Didn't look great, but again, respectable. Also for the Cardinals, Carson Beck, Mike, he started. He goes 15 for 19, 188 yards, 1 touchdown, and 125.4 QBR. Now, his backup is a guy named Haynes King, of course, the quarterback, Mike, the rookie from Georgia Tech. Great year last year. He went 21 for 34, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 95.2 QBR. And finally, the backup, Mike, for the Carolina Panthers, Keaton Slovis, of course, for the Cardinals. I'm sorry, the backup, Mike. He goes 9 for 10, 106 yards, a touchdown, and 144.2 QBR. So if you're turning in to watch some early preseason football, this would have been a nice one to watch. This would be a good one to pick, Mike, because again, 33 to 30 was the final count. And again, good quarterback play by all when it was all said and done. Yeah,
and you're looking at it. It wasn't trash. Normally, you in these preseason games, especially the Hall of Fame game, it's a slog. It's usually a sloppy game, but this was a pretty good game. Obviously, defenses really weren't doing anything exotic, but it was an exciting preseason game. Got to see some good plays. That young kid Haynes coming in for Carolina, winning it on that scramble for the touchdown. Beckwith had some really nice throws that I saw early before I had to go to bed. It was an exciting preseason game.
It was exciting. And again, it gets get your toes in the water a little bit because, again, Mike, the ones that count for us at least start in less than a week. And then the ones that really count come in 37 days. And yes, I'm sorry, not 30. Yes, 37 days, Mike. That is Carnell Lake.
Yes.
Carnell Lake days away till the Atlanta Falcons come to Pittsburgh to open up the season here at Acrisure Stadium on the North Shore. But still a lot to go on between then, Mike. Just 6 days away from the game against the Green Bay Packers. It's all coming really fast. Mike, Hall of Fame game, you can't have this conversation unless you talk about the former Steelers head coach, Mike Tomlin, making his broadcasting debut last night. I thought he looked good. I thought he was impressive. He's said some really nice things. Of course, about Coach McCarthy, about Hines Ward, a bunch of nice things about Steelers and former Steelers, and I was satisfied from what I've seen from Coach T. And again, I wish him all the luck in the field moving forward.
Yeah, he my God, he seamlessly fit right into the broadcast. You know, it's like he's been doing it his entire life. You know, he had some Tomlinism in there early. I forget what it was, but it made me chuckle. It was good, man. It was nice. It was nice to see Coach back out there talking, and a really good praise for Mike McCarthy too. And you know, it's hell yeah.
Yes, he does come out and say that Mike McCarthy is a good fit for the team. You know, he's a Pittsburgh guy, these kind of things. So, again, I have nothing wrong. And listen, I didn't have anything wrong with him in the first place. I just needed somebody to come and win some football games. That's all.
Yeah, we just needed to start winning again.
So, again, good luck to you, Coach T. Looking good out there, sir. A couple of things we're going to talk about here in that regard in just a moment. He does say that Mike McCarthy is perfect for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Also, Mike, here's something for you. This is kind of covering Mike Tomlin. It's also covering Bill Cowher, and even a little bit of Chuck Noll. Did you know the Steelers are the only team this century? I guess this doesn't cover Chuck Noll, but you'll get the point in what I'm saying in just a minute. Ultimately, it does, but not for what I'm saying. The Steelers are the only team this century that hasn't finished last place in their division.
Yes.
And why this is related to also Chuck Noll, that goes all the way back to 1988.
Mm-hmm.
The Steelers have not finished in last place in their division since 1988. And as a matter of fact, that was the very last year the Browns won the division. So again, Mike, poetic justice, if you will. I don't know what you want to call it, but the Steelers, no last place finishes, not only in the century, the only team this century. Every other team did finish in last place at some point, but also all the way back to 88, Mike, matching the last year that the Browns actually did win the division. So again, as sick as it is for them and as disgusting it is to hear that the Browns cannot win a division in almost, 40 years?
Yeah, something like that, yep.
Our team has not finished in the basement in almost 40 years. So there you go, guys.
That's insane, and that's why I always laugh when I see these predictions that the Steelers are going to finish last.
What are you literally going on?
Yeah, they're going to finish last, or they're going to have a losing record. We haven't had one since before Big Ben, literally the draft that got us Big Ben. That was the last time we had a losing season, and they did go all the way back to 88 before we shit the bed completely. So it's just comical. Yeah, you have to figure law of averages at some point we're due, but you can't base it on they're going to finish last. Look at the roster. My God.
On one hand, you look at your historical record, and that would tell you that it's not going to happen. But again, law of average, Mike, you'd assume that at some point it should happen. I don't think it's going to happen this year. I think we are going to make it to the 40-year mark. And again, that has to be something. If you're going to start giving out these awards to everybody every year and giving everybody recognition, and just the most ridiculous recognition that people get these days. Cam Hayward is the top defensive tackle in the league, which isn't true. And everything else that comes along the way, Mike. But you don't talk about this team not finishing in the basement for 40 years. It's crazy to me. Crazy. But that would be, guys, let's continue to talk a little bit about this. Mike, last night, of course, Mike Tomlin looking good last night. But apparently somebody had a little bit of an issue with something he said, and you brought this to my attention after the fact, Mike. Apparently one of the local goons, I think I'm just going to start calling them, had what to say after Mike Tomlin made his comments, and I thought the comment was fine. Yeah, Mike Tomlin makes a comment when he's talking about, of course, camp, spending a whole year of his life, ultimately, due to the time that he broke down over the years at St. Vincent College, living in a dorm. And one of the local goons, Mike, what happened?
He was like, he's throwing shade at St. Vincent.
That is, I took
no
zero. I took that out of, what?
Yeah, that's like me saying, "Hey, I'm taking the kids up to the water park in a couple weeks. I'm looking forward to it, but damn, I really hate that drive." That would be like, "Oh man, this guy really hates going on vacation with his kids."
Right?
Like, no, it's like, you're staying in the dorm for counting up all the weeks that I've been there. That's a whole calendar year of my life. I don't miss that part. But everything else was awesome. That doesn't mean he hated his entire time at St. Vincent.
So immediately, this was immediately after Mike gets a hold of me. He's like, "Hey, did you see what's going on with this one of the cronies?" And I said, "No, what's up, man?" He was like, "He just jumped on. He jumped on Mike T for saying that he doesn't miss staying in the dorm for 3 weeks every year." And again, I can't say that I don't blame him. And you know what? Also, Mike, I see nothing wrong with what was being said by Coach T. And again, one of the fellow goons decides to make it. Mike Tomlin hates St. Vincent College. So this is what goes on here. This is why we bitch. This is why we bitch about the things that we bitch about. It truly is.
Yeah, it was other ones too that were jumping in on it. Other lower tier members of the Steeler media were jumping on it too. It was like did you he had a smile on his face. Obviously you knew what he meant.
It was the point, right?
The dorm. Even the players say, you hate the dorms, but you love everything else about it.
The dorm life. Listen, you're a millionaire. You don't want to spend time in a closet. I'm just saying, you just don't. And Lindsay, I agree. It's not that great of Phil's, but it was the point of what he was saying. He was saying, I don't miss living in the dorms for basically a whole year of my life is what it equaled out to, the time he spent there. And that was what was being said. And again, one of the fellow cronies decided to make it something out of nothing. So there you go. I just wanted to bring that up for a moment. Guys, let's get back to the board. We have a lot to get into today. Steelers, of course, back behind closed doors today for practice. There is rain or expected thunderstorms in Westmoreland County this morning into this afternoon. So they got behind closed doors. It is not open to the public. So second practice this week, not open to the public. They are heading into the new indoor facility that they did have built for this particular occasion. So again, guys, back at practice today. Tomorrow is Saturday Night Lights. So if you are going to camp tomorrow, that will be the evening practice. I do believe that is a 6 o'clock start. So sure to get there on time. Get there early, if you will. A little bit what the schedule looks like for the rest of the way out here, guys. We do have Saturday Night Lights tomorrow. That is a 6 o'clock start. Monday, they'll be back at 11. Tuesday, 11 o'clock. And then off Wednesday, game Thursday. They'll be playing the Packers on Thursday night, of course. They'll come back on Saturday, and then Sunday and Monday. Then they'll wrap it up. So after the Packer game is over, there's a couple more practices over at St. Vincent, and then they'll head back to the south side to start getting ready for the second preseason game. So that's how it's breaking down as we speak. Again, if you are heading to camp, do get on. Make sure you get registered before you get over. It's free for everybody, but you do got to be registered. So get on Steeler.com or Ticketmaster.com. Get registered today. Let's get back to the board, Mike. Lots of stuff to get into today. There really is. We have injuries. We have a lot. So do stay seated. Do stick around, everybody. I'm glad to see you today on this Friday afternoon. Again, less than a week away, guys, till we are going to be watching Steelers. And again, 1 week from right now, we are breaking down the Steelers, Packers, rookies, free agents, newcomers, even the veterans, Mike, right now, this time next week. So again, my goal is to stay alive. Just stay alive that long, and then we'll certainly have that out to you. Let's continue on the board. Yeah, Mike.
I say, we just need to stay alive just through the preseason game.
Yeah. I just got to get to football. Come on. I
want to get to the Steeler football.
Yes. Let's go right here. Torti, I'm going to pick up with him. He says RB called his source and got Tyrone, Mark, Aaron, Corey, and Patrick for their memberships. Hey.
You guys are tough.
Them sources, man. Let's go here to Kevin. He says, need a Lombardi. Maybe a little bit closer to the postseason. We'll work on some kind of Lombardi. Absolutely. Let's go, Mark Malone. Does Finch have a gold grill or something? I don't know. Ask the guys. Either that or go look at the short that Finch put out when he was in Las Vegas. Just click.
You guys, wait. You give me a couple more minutes here. You're going to be.
All right. So get the teeth too. We got all kind of stuff to get into today. Mike is working on that. Let me grab a few more. We will get into these pictures that Mike is working on. Again, a lot going on. I don't want to miss anything today. Let's go here to Corey. Corey says, hell yeah, with the QBR like that. You got to wonder if Beck's got some Minority Report eyesight. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says, we don't want a JPJ emoji if he's not going to be on the team. How about a Keanu Benton instead? Laughing at that. Let me come back down to the man, the myth, the mustache, Mark Malone. I'm wondering if old Beck's elbow is back right. I got to be honest with you. He looked damn good. And I didn't know what I was going to expect. Again, it's preseason. You're not playing you're playing vanilla defense and everything else. But I was impressed with all four of these young men. Let's go right here. My man, Chris. Chris, are you back home or are you still at camp? we were trying to find out because Derpy was down there yesterday, but I wasn't sure if you were still down there. You made your way back down to Florida. Chris says this: Roman Wilson and Brandon Smith are standing out big time in camp. Brandon Smith just caught a long bomb from Drew Aller at the cheers of the crowd of the Yinzers. So what, are they back outside? Interesting. Let's continue forward. Let's go right here to a Howard emoji, a Rogers emoji. Some ideas I'm seeing on the board. Let's go here to Kevin. He says Tomlin did good. Mark Malone, is Asante Samuel Jr. making JPJ expendable at Christophus? He said he's looking great, Mark. Tortilla says it's like the Game of Thrones. Everyone dies.
That was the Tomlinism, yes.
Yeah, that was it. Tortilla also says he did creep me out being so nice. I wanted him to tell a bitch she don't know ball. Let's go to Ty. Tyrone says this guy's shaking my head. Mark, don't ruin the day. We both got memberships.
Today, a piece of a non-fire agreement has been signed. A peace accord. There should be peace in our times, at least for
I wonder if it's going to be like our peace treaties that we have in our wars, where they'll be fighting by the half point.
Yeah, I'm going to say it like 2 minutes.
Let's go. Lindsay in the house. Always great seeing Lindsay with the TJ Watt emojis. Always great to see you, my friend. Welcome from right here in Pittsburgh. Lindsay in the house. Christopher says so is Dalen. Yes, lots of great word on Dalen Everett so far. I'm going to talk about him a little bit today. Just Learning says Tater panicking. 49ers are hurt. Mike, this team might just fall apart before they get any games under their belts. San Francisco supposedly more healthy this year, but again, they got a tough division. It's gonna be tough sticking in there with the Rams and the Seahawks and the Cardinals playing that division too, I guess.
Yeah, and the Cardinals, but yeah, it's tough, man. And my God, last I saw that, like 20 some odd guys out injured for San Fran. It's insane.
Yeah, it's insane what's going on over there. It really is. Corey says this, would it be cool if Coach T came back as a defensive coordinator one day? If he only focuses on defense, that might be fire. Let's go to Mark Malone. He says Browns probably finished last 35 times and say that would be right around my guess. Because otherwise it would be the Ravens, which they don't finish in last place a lot. Maybe the Bengals. I mean, come on, the Bengals aren't that great either historically. Let's go here to Lindsay. Lindsay says entire board is green, damn near green, Tyrone. Yes, it's happening. Got a membership. He sure did. Everybody looking good. Let's go here. Hey, my man Somber. Somber's in the house. Always great seeing him. He's always got the happy poop, and I do want to say thank you for the happy poop. You know we love it here. Somber from Los Angeles. Cody says, what the fuck? Tyrone says, RB gift in mine.
That's still the best.
Let's go here. Lindsay's not a big fan of St. Vincent's football field, which I agree. It's not the best. You have to be nice to each other now, she's saying to the guys. Mark Malone says, yeah, the only good thing about dorms is college girls, and they're a little too old for that. You know what, though? They do have a lot of money. They could probably rake in the chicks if they really wanted to. Let's go to Ty. Ty says, this Mike McCarthy said Max will be back Monday. Yes, he is expected to be back Monday. Serious injury, not looking to be too serious. I also do know that Brandon Eccles not at practice. It was supposed to be today, went indoors. I do know that he was not supposed to be participating, but it didn't seem serious on his part either. So Chris said Jeremy Bernard just caught a 30-yard catch from Mason Rudolph. Got a little bit about Jeremy Bernard today, Mike, and a little connection, a Pittsburgh connection with Jeremy Bernard that maybe a lot of people didn't realize. We'll get to that in just a moment here. Let's go to Chris. Chris says this. They are practicing outside. It's closed to the general public. Gotcha. So I am watching with binoculars. So you are still in town. I wish I would have known. I would have sent Derpy over to find you yesterday. Always great hearing from Chris down at the Ground Zero, of course. Let's go right here, Mike, to Injured Joe giving out happy poop as well. The happy poop is a flowing today in the floating heart as well from our Lindsay. Thank you so much, Lindsay. And to the original OG, Yinzer Joe, pink hand wave, and everything on the board today is really popping, Mike, as these football season is getting ready to take off. Preseason underway last night, the Hall of Fame game. Good game, great quarterback play. Steelers, less than a week, will be playing. So it's on like Donkey Kong, bitch. Let's move along, everybody. A lot of things, but before we do move along, Mike has put together a little bit of a package here, a couple pictures. Mike, tell us what it is that we're looking at before you do put it up.
Okay, on this one coming up, we're gonna start with the silly. We're gonna start with the our derpy.
Okay, so this one here, you
Yeah.
recall Derpy being yesterday. He was giving us a report live from down at training camp, and then all of a sudden goes from a normal view to this, and it's stuck that way. You know, your mom tells you not to make faces; your eyes will stick that way. This is what happened. And this view right here is what's stuck on our camera for at least, I don't know, a good 10 seconds at least.
This is like what derpy's victims see.
Yeah.
There's their last sight before they're gone off this mortal coil. I mean, look at those eyes.
Yeah,
Those are
man.
I have prostitutes buried in the backyard type of eyes.
And again, he was doing a report. It was going really well. And it all of a sudden got stuck at this. And this was really close compared to what it was. So there you go. Enjoy that. There's really close up with Derpy. Next, quite disturbing, I would say. But let's
It
take a
was
look.
very disturbing. This one is going to be a whole lot better. This one right here,
This is which?
this is going to be what was sent to us.
Okay, so every once in a while, people come up with some good ideas. They send some things, and this right here is from Steel Loyal, and I do want to say thank you. I love it. Steel Loyal does send this over to us, and again, if you could feel creative and come up along with anything along the way or anything of that nature, guys, don't be afraid. Don't hesitate to send it in. We will display. We will feature and talk about it on the show right here from Steel Loyal. We did get this yesterday. I love it. I do want to say thank you, Steel,
great
as well. You got the beer cans back there, the on-air sign, the hat there, guys. Looks good. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Steel. You the man. Thank you.
I do like how I have bushy eyebrows, so I appreciate that. And my mustache and goatee look, I look like someone that should have be fencing back in like the 1700s. It looked like a pirate.
You look like
somebody I should have a rapier.
You look like somebody that eats bugs, but that's just my opinion, guys. And then finally, this last picture, I see Cody is just chomping at the bit with the teeth. And again, I do want to say there they are. There's some teeth. Mike, this is the last picture is what? Finch's teeth?
Finch's teeth, yeah. I'll put that one up on a big blow up here. Let's see. Hopefully it will work well on this screen.
All right, let's take a look. This is Finch's teeth. Everybody. In demand, of course.
That's the new emoji that you all wanted.
There it is. You asked for it. You got it. There's those slices
That's
of
the
butter.
last thing a chili dog sees.
There's those slices of butter bread that you wanted. So there you go, everybody. Thank you so much for everything that you do for the show. And again, thank you, Still Loyal. Thank you for the teeth. Certainly was rooted from the board. Everybody, you guys are amazing. We thank you for everything. Thank you.
I'm gonna see what I could do. I got to work on combining Derpy's eyes with Finch's teeth. Not for an emoji, but just for
just to have.
Just to ask the ladies, hey, what does this do for you?
Just in case I felt like I was eating too much, just put that on my desk in front of me, and I'll.
You can't hear emojis.
Let's go right here. Sommer says, "How fucking dare you?" Mark Malone says, "Derpy should have one of those electric scooters for camp." I'm surprised he does. I'm surprised he doesn't. He's definitely a hover around kind of guy. Definitely.
I read it, but when you said it, it just popped even more.
It really hit. I agree.
Really hit home.
I
also started to visualize it because last year when we went on vacation, my dad had one, and he has COPD, so he can't.
Your dad is an older person.
Yeah, he's an older person. So my dad was zooming, cruising around a little guy, and I just pictured Derpy on the back of that scooter, holding on to my dad, going, Derpy going, help me.
I can see it.
Oh.
Let's go right here. Somber says, "This is what you see right before the chloroform." Exactly. Let's see everybody using the emojis, guys. Looking great. Again, thank you so much for all your support. We couldn't do it without you. We wouldn't do it without you. You guys are amazing. Amazing. Has anybody told you were amazing today? Let me ask you that.
Everyone tells me I'm amazing.
Shut up. Let me talk to the people on the board, would you? Has anybody told you were amazing today? Aaron Jade, Jen, Joe, Cody, Mark. Have they? Oh, guess what? You are. You're amazing. There you go. All right. Let's go down to Yinzer Joe. He says this, guys. Yinzer Joe says, did Derpy get his dongs yet, Ryan? Maybe he's mad at you. Yeah,
he's holding out for more dongs.
He's holding out for more dongs. Let's continue. Great job, Lo. Absolutely. We love it. That picture is fantastic. I love it. Thank you so much, Steele. Let's continue down. Super sharp. Great job to Steele. I think we could all agree there. Why, Lindsay says. Also, Tyrone says, okay, Mike, next we need a JPJ. Jen, she just says, what the hell? You can't hear emojis. Still loyal. I'm not using that one. Laugh my ass off. She says she's not using it. I will not. Not even if there's a fire, I won't do it. Just Learning says emoji with the still shot of Derpy that you just showed. That would be a good one. The chloroform Derpy, we'll call that picture. Let's go here to Jojo says, how about the game ball emoji? We do. There is a game ball emoji on there. One. There is one on there you just put up yesterday. Also, Mark Malone says, have a little umbrella for him. Let's go here. A bunch of emojis. Again, guys, are looking great. Thank you so much. Anyone smell onions? Tortilla says. Let's go here. Steele says, flex with one arm, flip you off with the other. Jen says, thanks, guys. You pretty amazing yourself. Thank you, Jen. Jen is moving into OG status, Mike. She might be OG by the time the season starts. I just wanted to say. She might be. She's been through a lot. She's been here with us for quite some time. She might be the OG Jen before we were, but again, could be before this season. So we will see. Lindsay says this, how are you going to leave me out? I don't know. I'm a moron. Let's continue forward. Let's go here. Somber says, wild, LOL. Thunder will never leave you out, Lindsay, is what is being said on the board as well. Guys, let's get into some Steelers talk. That's right. We got all kind of things to get into today. Of course, the Hall of Fame game last night. It was kind of the unofficial start to the season, at least to the preseason, we could say. But again, it isn't going to stop now. NFL football is not going to stop now until February 14th. So if you have any plans between now and Valentine's Day, put them on the shelf. You got a lot going on between now and then. Lots planned, if you will. Let's get into some different things here, Mike. Let's jump in somewhere. There was something that I wanted to say. Right here, we did have 4 different players come in for tryouts yesterday. The Steelers did. Of course, the person we did talk about, the defensive back, Israel Mukamaya from the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of people saying good things about him. Good size, good athleticism. Mike, I do believe that we are signing him from what I did hear yesterday. Also, these 3 guys also came in for tryouts for the Steelers yesterday. Andre Carter, the edge. Also, Xavier Thomas, the defensive back, and Donovan Wilson. Mike, these 4 football players came to Steelers camp yesterday to tryouts. So, again, just some more camp names that, again, who knows if they'll even be here come 3 weeks whenever they start to break down, or a couple weeks till when they start to break down the roster and get down to their 53 men. I don't know if they're even going to be here, Mike, but, again, we did have 4 bodies here yesterday trying out.
Yeah, and what I saw, Israel did sign for a 1 year, like $1.24 million or something along those lines. Yeah. So he's officially part of the team.
All right, sounds great, guys. So much stuff to get into today. Let's start on the offense, Mike. This offense, according to Zach Frazier, and again, Zach Frazier, what you got to remember is the center is always such an important part of the team. Mm-hmm. They're the anchor of that offensive line. They're the leader, if you will, Mike. And a lot goes into what the center sees, because the center sees a lot of things that other players don't see. He is the captain of the line, and he's required to know a lot. Mike, this is what Zach Frazier is saying as of late. He says this offense, it's miles ahead from where it was last year. And he says that Aaron's feeling a lot more comfortable back there with this offense, in this particular offense, and as it's came along, and with the receivers and the weapons and the new system. So again, Mike, for all the people that are saying, "Oh, this is a new year, the Steelers team's not going to be any good. They have a new system. They're going to come in last place." It's bullshit, as it always is with what I just started this segment out as. The Steelers have not finished in last place since 1988.
Yeah,
and you're going to continue to tell me this, Mike. I'm going to go by what's being said from our center. Before I'm going to take anything that the national media is saying, Mike, because right now, miles ahead of where it was last year. That is Zach Frazier talking about the offense of the Steelers, and he's saying Aaron Rodgers is a lot more comfortable this year in the offense.
Oh yeah, he's from one of just the limited amount of stuff you're able to see in camp. Aaron does look more comfortable. This is the offense that he won 4 MVPs with, won a Super Bowl with. He knows this excuse me, this offense inside and out. There's new wrinkles here and there thrown in from McCarthy's time in Dallas, but it's the same. It's the same verbiage. So he's just this is second nature to him. So he's out there just doing, and he doesn't have to learn. So it's just second nature to him. Because there are reports last year he was starting to, in the middle of games, trying to call checks, and he was using verbiage from this offense and not the current offense. So now it's second nature. It's going to come faster to him, and everyone seems to be catching up with Rodgers to where it now it's starting to become second nature for them. And you're starting to see that, and that's just going to be encouraging. That's a good sign that if your quarterback's comfortable, that's going to make everyone else comfortable too.
I couldn't agree more. And again, all good news. I'm gonna listen to my center before I start listening to any national media, Mike, or even some of these goons here in town. But right here, also Zach Frazier says these two players he's high on. Mike, he has talked about a player on offense and a player on defense. His opinion on who he's high on. And he's talking, of course, about the people in the trenches. Zach Frazier says on offense, Mike, Iheanachor, of course. Max going down with the injury yesterday, our first-round pick. The report on him is that he is going to be practicing on Monday. At this point, that is what it is looking like. Iheanachor's injury not so serious. Mike, he will be back to practice on Monday.
That's really, really good news to hear. Let the big fella rest up. We can't afford to lose another rookie. We can't have the 5th year in a row we lose someone.
Mike, would you want to be in Pittsburgh? Would you want to be an offensive lineman being drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers ever?
No,
because the last 5 linemen we drafted, with the exception of Zach Frazier, they had to take the first year off.
That's what it feels like.
Jones, big injury. Torrey Fortano, big injury. I mean, it literally is continuing to go on. So if I was an offensive lineman, I'd be like, I don't know.
Don't pick me in the first round.
Can we answer this phone? Yeah, right. Anybody got Cleveland's number?
Can someone get me next to that substation in San Francisco?
Yeah, right.
That might be safer. I'd be like, coach, or I'd be looking at my agent. No, we don't know them. But no, that's encouraging news. And I think Brandon Echols is going to be back Monday or Tuesday as well. Yes. So, made it through.
The report I have is this: Brandon Echols, Mike, not expected to practice today or tomorrow on his ankle, but he is considered to be able to be back on Monday. So that's
cool. I couldn't remember if it was like Monday or Tuesday. So that's awesome right there. Get both those guys back, especially Max, man. Just the way he's been, all the reports you're hearing is like day in, day out, he is getting better and better, and very coachable. And, we'll do what the coaches tell him.
Oh, lost some audio there, Mike. I don't know if you could hear me or not on that, but I did lose audio. Let me continue to move forward. There he is.
Big Pittsburgh Steelers trying to attack me while I'm talking up one of their young offensive linemen. I think Broderick Jones is hacking.
Might have been one of the goons. Again, the goons always causing problems here in town, Mike. So again, that is what's going on. I kind of summarize again what you said, because you dropped out for a while. You dropped out again. What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Talk now.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. 4 error alerts popped up on my screen, so I don't know what's accurate or not. But no, Mad Max, everything you're hearing about him, what he's told one day, he comes out the next day and does that. He's working on all the little things, better and better, and having great one-on-one reps against TJ Watt, Heisman, Irving, Sawyer, just holding his own against some of the better edge rushers in the NFL. And that is encouraging to hear for a guy who only started playing football, 4, maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and take talk a little bit about YA for a moment. Like, I don't know, try to adjust your mic. It was going low then high, right, even right there. So I'm not sure what went on. But again, yes, Iheanachor was certainly spotted out from Zach Frazier is doing a really good job. Also, Y.A. Black, which is somebody that I'm really excited about seeing. The guy's he's a moose, and he moves really well, and I know that everybody's excited about him, Patrick Graham, and everybody on defense. But, of course, this is somebody that's lining up more than likely over Zach Frazier a lot, so he's getting it firsthand. Again, Zach Frazier pointing out, Mike, two players that are really standing out in the trenches, one being IMAX. Hopefully we'll see him back on Monday, and again, Y.A. Black, one of my favorites. You know I like freak players. I like guys that are just too big for life. I just do. They're the most entertaining to watch. I think that's why I was a big Shaquille O'Neal fan growing up. He was just too big for life. He couldn't do anything that was considered normal because of his size. So not quite as big, but again, I do like Y.A. I'm very excited about him, Y.A. Black and IMAX moving forward. Again, Zach Frazier giving very good praise and grades to both of those gentlemen. Talk for a moment, like, just so we could hear what's going on with you.
Yeah. Frazier, IMAX.
Okay, you're better.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Let's just jump back on the board for a moment here, just so we can make sure
let's do that. Yeah,
we're all good. A lot to get into today. Stick around. Let me go right here to. All right, let's go right here. Jumping back on the board, let's go to Somber. Somber says Haynes King had his moment. Baby Hands going to be 4-string, more than likely. Absolutely. I mean, listen, Kenny Pickett's not going to make any crazy changes at this point. He's been around how long? He is what he is. I mean, the guy has to grow hand length to get better at his skill, and I don't think that that's going to happen. So at the end of the day, Haynes King, looked great. Of course, the quarterback on that Georgia Tech team looked really good last year, had a good season until they played the Pitt Panthers. But Haynes King looked fantastic. As a matter of fact, all four of the quarterbacks looked okay. I mean, Kenny being the least of them, but Keaton Slovis, also another Pitt player, Carson Beck, Haynes King. If you're turning in for the first preseason game of the season, I think you're satisfied. I truly do think you're satisfied. And if you're just a football fan in general, or especially a Steeler fan, whether you dislike Coach Tomlin or whatever, I think it was an enjoyable game. Just overall, Mike, there was a lot of presentation. And again, Larry Fitzgerald, he will be enshrined this weekend in the Hall of Fame, Mike. Yes. Of course, another Pitt graduate, one of the best wide receivers. And not only one of the best wide receivers, Mike, he had less drop passes than tackles.
Yeah.
He had more tackles in his career than dropped passes. If somebody doesn't think Larry Fitzgerald deserves to be here, my God, they need something is wrong with their head, Mike. More tackles than drop passes. The guy played for a minute. It wasn't like he played for 3, 5, 7 years. He played a career.
Yeah, he had a very long and Hall of Fame career. Some of the best hands in the business, man. I always like Larry Fitz, even when he was at Pitt. You know, being a Penn State guy, I don't like Pitt, but when you watched Larry play, you sat there in awe because you knew he was going to be good just watching him in college.
Absolutely.
Just dominating. They were the Big East still then?
Yeah, we were Big Ten still.
Yeah, just watching him dominate the Big East back in the day was
or Big East. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. It was fun to watch.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Congratulations to him. And it's also just another notch for a Pitt player, Mike, on that list of Hall of Fame players in the very tip top of the list. So there you go. Congratulations to you. Good for Pitt, guys. Let's scoot along here a little bit on the board. Christopher says, my wife put together a picnic basket with some very nice cold Chardonnay and cheese tray where I can get a great thin pizza Latrobe or the city. I mean, there's a thin pizza. I don't know. Let me think on that because, again, it just depends where you go. Pizza can vary widely here in Pittsburgh, but we do have a lot of different, nice array of pizza places to choose from. If anybody can think of what would be thinner pizza, let us know on the board. I'm not quite sure off the top of my head. Lindsay says, this Super Bowl moving away from my birthday. Finally. Let's go to Somber, third, fourth. I'm not sure what he has going on there. Still Loyal says better than being fifth string. Okay, gotcha. Fifth string, still talking about Kenny. Let's go here to just learning my dad's birthday. RIP, miss him. Yeah, man, I'm sorry to hear. What today is? Today's his birthday. Tyrone says Kenny is going to get cut. Love to see it. And again, I'm so beyond Kenny at this point. I was having fun with it, even as he got traded. As he got cut or whatever the hell happened to him. I was having fun. I'm just kind of at the point now where I don't expect anything from Kenny, and I just don't. Let's go here. Still Loyal. I can't wait to watch Ryan try to read that. with all those numbers. When you match letters and numbers, you're really killing me, man. I have to decipher if it's a number or a letter, and then I got to think, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole process, the thinking part. Let's go here. Lindsay, she says, I like that other guy they put in. They all did good. All four. I thought all four quarterbacks looked pretty good. Tyrone Jr. is much better, guys. Not limping anymore. That's great to hear, of course. Good news for Ty. Tortilla says she just needed football back, and this is what I was suspecting. We all just needed football back. Let's go to Steel Loyal. Good. He was just a little sore after roughhousing. Somber said this. Did you take him in, or is he healing on his own? A couple of conversations kind of on the side right here. Let me go to Tortilla. He's him. Somber nod again. Laugh my ass off. Steel Loyal says Himothy. Lindsay says this. Tyrone, you get mad because JPJ didn't sign, or did he piss on your PS5 again? I didn't hear that story. I didn't know that Junie was peeing on the PS5. Let's go right here. Let's go to Joe. Yinzer Joe says this. Jen has been around here about as long as I have. She deserves to be crowned. Here you go. I pronounce Jen Cruiser, the original OG. Yinzer Jen. I love it. There you go, Jen. You are crowned today. Joe made it official. It has to go from one OG to the next, Mike. That's how we're going to have to do it.
Yinzer Joe pulled the Denny Green. You want to crown them? We'll crown their asses.
Yeah. So there you go. So Jen's going to have to crown the next OG. I think that's how we're going to do it.
That has to be P. Morton.
Oh, P. Morton, yeah.
Morton's been here since Ground Zero.
He's
Ground Zero.
He's on God status. He
is. He's stuck out from the first episode.
He was there whenever there was nothing. And I got to give him a lot of credit for that. Let's continue to move forward here. Congratulations. Jen is the new OG in the house. Congratulations, Jen. OG Jen. Let's go here to not the PS5. Steel Loyal says Tyrone says he healed on his own. I was going to today, but this morning before I left for work, he was running around, so I could tell he was feeling better. That's usually how I can tell Mike he's feeling early in the morning before the show. If he's running around and like a dog. Let's continue forward. Somber says great news. Also, Tortilla says Junie peed on his own leg and it healed. Hush Lindsay. Tyrone says Tortilla says big potholes is shutting us down. Again, some more of the emojis looking good up here. Tortilla, too many members. System overload. Aaron, expect to see the Belly Celly this year. Absolutely. I cannot wait for the Belly Celly.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we'll have Derpy do the Belly Celly every time that a Belly Celly is celebrated by YA Black. Tyrone says this year 2 of Harmony can't be blocked. 99 is the real deal. Joe says this. Is it encouraging, though, or is it saying something about the age and strength of the defense? I do like freaks. It's 100% true. I love freaks. Yeah, it's no secret. I want to be with a giant woman. I mean, like a giant one, like 6'9". Let's continue on. Let's go right here. Steel Loyal says Derek Harmon, Vegas daddy. I do want to say this, Mike. Again, talking about some linemen here. The Baltimore Ravens, they're still looking for a center. They're still looking for their center. They have people in place, but again, they're having no luck. So again, if you're wondering how the Ravens are doing with their new third highest paid wide receiver ever and their new edge rusher they got from Cincinnati, they still don't even have a center over there. So again, I don't think anybody in the division is as smooth as we are right now. Again, the injuries are kind of making it rocky. The turbulence is there. But at the end of the day, Mike, I mean, these other teams have simple problems. Like, dude, you don't have an anchor. You don't have a center.
Yeah. They signed someone, I would say, like a week or two ago. But even then, it was seen as like one of 3 guys to compete for the job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's like if you're signing guys at this stage in the game to be potential starters, that's not good.
And
especially at
you need a center. You need a center. You need a center.
Yeah, it's like it's funny what they did. Like they let go of Falele, their right guard, then they draft Vega. Smart move. Let Lindbaum leave and then not replace him. Like, so you upgraded one position and then downgraded the other. You didn't do anything on your offensive line then at that point. It was a complete wash. Like you're not helping out Excuse me, you're a quarterback or you're running back.
Got a cricket in your throat, or what's going on with you?
Dying over here.
All right.
Art Rooney's trying to shut me down.
Those Derpy's Aunt Peach's crotch cricket legs stuck in your throat again, huh?
Oh no, I can handle that.
Again, you better hope you get this question right today, because you started this week off by eating Aunt Peach's crotch crickets. Who knows? Who knows what it's going to be next week, Mike? You better get on that. Get your shit together. That's all I got to say. Let's continue on.
It better not be like some Tootsie Rolls coming from Aunt Peach's. Is all I'm saying.
Hey, you don't know what that
or some cherries.
Aunt Peach's Tootsie Rolls. What was the last part you said?
It said cherries.
Let's go right here. Lindsay says, I'm excited for Harmon. I am too. I like Harmon a lot. And especially the more successful he is, the better off we're going to be with him on that defensive line anchoring. Let's go to Tyrone. Me too. Big B said he thinks Harmon, with his mother and injuries, was only 70% last year. Now he's 100, and it shows. My God, if he was only 70 last year, the difference in the numbers on our defense, Mike, especially the run game, between when he was in and when he wasn't in, it was such a big margin. So again, if he was only at 70%, and he's at 100 this year, look out.
I think it was like it was well over 100 yards against with Harmon out of the lineup. In the lineup, it went down to 85 yards per game. It's a 20 to 30 yard swing. That's huge, man. Like, you force the team to be one dimensional at that point once he's in there.
Lindsay says this. Tomlin did. I agree. It's not even an opinion. He did well. I don't think there's anything that you could have said bad about what Tomlin did last night. Again, good for him. Congratulations on your new job, and good luck, dude. Killing it, man. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. Sounds like Roman Wilson. Let's come right back down here to Lindsay. Lindsay says this. That's why I like him, Tyrone. He went through so much. I literally felt bad for him. Let's go here. Let's go to Ty. Ty says this. Me too. I know what it's like losing a parent from big harm. Yeah, man. Tyrone also says this. I'm going to get Frazier and Bernard jersey this year. Might get Harmon next year. Okay, guys, we're about the halfway point of the show for today. Let me give you want something interesting, and you may or may not have heard this, Steeler fans. I know you keep up with everything, but we're going to talk about this right now. Mike, did you know we're going to talk about a little bit of a relationship? We love relationships in Pittsburgh. As a matter of fact, we will draft somebody because you're from Pittsburgh. It's just the way it is. We love connections. We love relationships. And Mike, our newest wide receiver that we got in the draft this year, Jeremy Bernard, I'm talking about, of course. Mike, he's related. He's a distant cousin to, hold on to your seat, everybody, Louis Lips.
Louis Lips.
One of my favorite growing up.
Yeah, mine too.
I mean, come on, through the Super Bowl era, he's in the top 10 as far as receiving yards, no slouch. At the end of the day, Mike, Jeremy Bernard, our new receiver, hoping to be either the 3 or the 4, is distant cousins with Louis Lips. So again, as an older fan like myself, you guys that grew up at this time, this is very cool.
Yes.
Just another really cool Steeler connection. Again, Jeremy Bernard, cousins with Louis Lips. Yes, Ty, Louis Lips. How freaking cool is that?
Dude, if he could have a Louis Lips type career,
sign
me up. Because he was like, those 80s teams were bad.
Yeah.
And Louis Lips was putting up damn good numbers.
What are you saying about Mark Malone? Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He was putting up numbers in that offense.
Yeah, he sure was. Let's go right here to Aaron real quick at the top. He says this. He goes, I met Louis Lips at J&F Middle School in the 80s. What an amazing dude. And you know what? I love that kind of stuff. When we were kids, the Steelers would come to the school, and we had Gary Anderson one year. Dwight Stone came another year. Then we had the basketball games where the Steelers played the teachers, the faculty. So they were always coming to the schools around here, and I loved that. It was such a cool part of being a kid. And it was unfortunate that they weren't that good in the 80s, Mike, because I didn't appreciate them as much as I should have in the 80s. I was just this little kid. I followed the teams that were playing good football, the teams that were playing in the Super Bowl. The Bears are really good. So I didn't appreciate what it was that was going on and being done for us as a kid, but certainly do now. Again, as Aaron's saying, Louis Lips showing up at your schools is freaking awesome. It's awesome. It really is awesome.
Dude, his second year in the league in 1985, these numbers might not seem eye-popping now, but 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns on 59 catches. That is insane for
Louis
the
was the man,
1980s.
dude. No, dude. I love Louis. And again, he unfortunately he falls into that 80s category. Anytime you talk about the 80s, there's not a lot great to say. Oh, they had him, they had this guy, Broad Woodson. We know all that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you can't have an 80s conversation without that name, Louis Lips. And Mike, it was almost, I don't know if it was where it was started, but it was early on before the Heath. He was Lou. Yeah. Whenever he got the ball, the stadium would all howl. They would howl Lou. And it was, again, amazing as a Steelers fan.
Second team All-Pro his second year in the league and his rookie year. Pro Bowl the first 2 years in the league. Offensive Rookie of the Year. And a productive receiver throughout his entire career. Very underrated player in Steeler history. It's just like you said, man, those 80 teams were god-awful.
It was hard to really enjoy them. And again, as a kid, I didn't have the patience to sit there and endure that.
Yeah,
I just wanted to be loving football as a kid. And you know what? The Broncos were in the Super Bowl. Hey, I like the Broncos. The 49ers were winning Super Bowls. Hey, I like the 49ers. Again, until the Steelers really stepped it up after the Bill Cowher hire. It was off and on. It was it was hit or miss. I was a little kid. What do you want?
See, I was loyal, man. I sat there and watched those god awful teams. Me and my dad bemoaning the fact of Bobby Brister was our quarterback.
And again, the Pirates and the Penguins were certainly a bigger story. The Pirates and Penguins were building towards championship teams at that point, while the Steelers were limping along. So that, again, as a kid, you know what? I like the Pirates. That's our thing. So,
poor Louis Lips came in the same year as Mario Lemieux.
Yes, he sure did.
It kind of got overshadowed by that guy across the street, but Louis was no slouch.
And then in the NFL, Mike, that was the Chicago Bears year where all people were talking about Refrigerator Perry, Walter Payton, the Super Bowl shuffle, Aliquippa's Mike Ditka. I mean, the whole entire way down the list, Mike, that was particularly that particular year. This is what people were talking about. It wasn't the Pittsburgh Steelers, believe me.
God, no, it's not.
It sure was not. Let's get back on the board. Lots of things to get into today. Let's go right back here to... I do believe I see where we're at. Let me just scoot down a hair here. Lindsay says Harmon is a really good jersey. I always love that number. I think I had a Kiesel back in the day. I guess it would be fitting now if I had a Kiesel with the beard, but I get a Harmon. For fuck's sake is what Steel Loyal saying. Somber. It's also Alex Highsmith's birthday. Okay. And I think it's Sidney Crosby's birthday too, as a matter of fact.
It is 8787, baby.
So again, guys, big happy birthdays to all these Pittsburghers, athletes, and in Steeler Nation alike, guys. Happy birthday to ya. Let's go here to Lindsay says crazy. It's my sister's too. Laugh my ass off. Lindsay says JPJ has the same birthday as my oldest. That's pretty cool. Let's go here to Jen. Jen says, thanks, Joe. I am honored. And Jen, now the torch is in your hand. The torch is in your. We'll eventually start to form the situation, but then you ultimately get the call. You get to pass that torch on, and you never lose the title like a president. You always be the OG on the terrible board. So there you go, Jen. You are now what's the word? You're knighted. You're what is it, Mike? When you're something, you're knighted, anointed. There you go. Tortilla says this, the Billy Silly sounds like a gay prison thing. Again, that's why I said we should have Turpy do the gay. No, it's you're right, it does. Steel Loyal said that's a lot of women. That's a lot of women. Good Lord, that's a lot of women. Jesus Ryan trying to climb a tree. Dub 6'9", Somber Tortilla, good news. Ravens offensive line is weak. Hey, and we got to remember they weren't that good last year.
No.
And when your offensive line is weak, your skill players suffer. So again, hopefully that plays against Henry, Lamar, Zay. Let's go here. Let's go to Steele. Steele says this. LOL. A puppet looks like it's resting on Mike's shoulder. I can see that. As a matter of fact, sometimes when go ahead, yeah.
I was gonna say he had a bit too much to drink last night.
All right. Tyrone, it does. Wow, no way, Tyrone. I think that was possibly to the Louis Lips. Let's go right here, Tyrone. Yes, Bernard, wide receiver, 1 confirmed. Let's go here, Aaron. Okay, we did get this one, Aaron. That is pretty awesome, dude. Again, I'd like to meet Louis. Maybe we'll try to get Louis on the show sometime. I think we could get Louis. Let's go here. Bernard is 4. Here we go. Of course, let's go down to not for long, Lindsay's what Tyrone is saying. Or me, Mark Malone. Want to bet on a tie. Mark Malone says, I remember I thought we had a chance the strike here. we had as good a chance as anybody. Let's go here to Lindsay. He might be one in a year or two this year. Absolutely not. And that's fine. And that's, again, he is a rookie. And we have a 1 and a 2. We didn't ultimately draft him to be a 1 this year per se. And again, after Michael Pittman, it certainly didn't. It wasn't the 2 as well, Mike. Again, last year you got to remember we only had 1 wide receiver, so the need seemed so much more dire. But now Michael Pittman is in that spot. It's okay that Jeremy isn't tearing it up, because again, you kind of want to see Roman succeed, and also, Mike, the more Roman succeeds, the better the team is going to be. It's just a more depth in that wide receiver room, and then Jeremy goes out and do what Jeremy does. I think this is right. I think this is how this should play out.
Yeah, and Pittman and Jeremy, I don't look for like huge highlight reel stuff out. Just yeoman like work out of those two. Like Jeremy has more the big playability out of the two, but look for those guys to get you those dirty yards. The middle stuff, whereas DK and Roman more of the after the play stuff. Like Jeremy really has that Debo type same
resting its head on your shoulder.
Yeah, it does.
God, I didn't notice it until he said it.
It's I know. Like he's kind of like
It's like you look like that lady that has her head is connected to her twin. They have them connected heads.
Conjoined twins.
That's what you look like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like a bug eating conjoined twin. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I forget what I was saying. Let's just move on.
Yeah. You know what? It was
I'm just going to block out my dummy.
It was so chippy yesterday. I kind of feels nice to be silly today a little bit, doesn't it?
It does. It's Friday, man.
Yeah, it's Friday. Let's go right here. Let's go to Tyrone. No, not this year, obviously. Of course. And Tortilla, he says, this Bernard is 22, not 4. Don't be ridiculous. Let's go to Aaron J. Don't forget Mark Malone. How could anybody forget that Mark Malone in the 80s? Again, I remember the guys because I was there and I lived there and I was a kid. But ultimately, you think 80s, it's kind of like a big black hole, Mike, if you're a Steeler fan, especially a younger person that is, a big Steeler fan now. Again, going back to them 80s certainly didn't leave a lot to celebrate or to record in history. I mean, there's just not a whole lot there.
No, like you have in 1988, Ouija Thompson as your number 2 wide receiver.
I remember Ouija.
Yeah. No disrespect to Ouija Thompson, but Ouija Thompson was your number 2 receiver.
He was number 2. All right. Let's continue right here. Let's go to Tyrone. He says next year I can see it, though. Let's go. Maybe Lindsay says maybe Tyrone. If DK can't get 1,100 yards and over 8 touchdowns for $33 million, he's got to go. I'm not arguing. Tyrone says really should be getting like 1,300 for that money, to be honest. Let's continue down here to Mark Malone. He says Jen is like the Pope. Now Jen is like the Pope. She's anointed. Let's go here. Lindsay says, yeah, I don't see DK going next year, but who knows? I don't care. See how he does, Lindsay says. Also, let's go to Ty. He says, I want to see Bernard after the catch. Here's something for you guys. The Mike McCarthy, little wrinkle in the practice book. When he was playing with Dallas, Mike, he had a certain situation, and I forget what it was called, but he would almost put a pop quiz out during a practice, and everybody would go to this goal line drill. And he renamed it, Mike. He came here to the Steelers in his hometown, excuse me, and he renamed it. This is a surprise, the surprise goal line drills he named the Franco moment, Mike, after Franco Harris. Wasn't the case when he was with Dallas. It was something else, like the madness moment or something like this. But, Mike, he changed that idea to the Franco moment. So now it's basically, like I said, it's like a pop quiz. You're practicing, you're doing your thing, sipping on some water. The whistle might blow, and coach might say, all right, guys, it's time for the Franco moment. You get down to the goal line and you start this goal line drill. I'm just digging everything that Coach Mack is doing. I'm just digging it.
I like that. Like, I have never heard of any other coach doing stuff like that. Like, a lot of, like, oh, this coach is innovative, that coach is innovative. Here's what they do in practice. I've never heard of like a coach doing, all right, pop quiz time. I like it, man. There's something new, and I don't know if other coaches do it, but like I said, this is the first time I've heard of NFL coaches doing that. I like it.
And you get something else that kind of keeps the guys in.
It keeps you on your toes.
Keeps your head in the game,
Yeah.
You don't have to, you get to a certain point of practice. Maybe you start kind of thinking, okay, you put it in an auto drive and you think, all right, this is practice for the day. A little pop quiz keeps you,
Yeah. Because I remember when I was younger in sports, like I had coaches, like we would scrimmage and practice to exhaustion, because they're like, this is what you're going to be like in a game.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to be able to, you're not going to be fresh. You're not be able to think. I'm going to put you in situations to where you've already done this. It's second nature to you by the time you get out there. And then adding this on top of it is just going to make you, okay, how are we now going to react in this situation? I like that. It's like a shock to the system.
I dig it as well. It's smart coaching. Again, at the end of the day, I think just, I like everything Coach McCarthy's doing. The only thing that we don't know yet is what the result on the field is going to be.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that's what matters the most. So we're going to see if all this plays out. We're going to see if the no tackling. We're going to see if the Franco drill. We're going to see all this new stuff, Mike, that's come to the Steelers this year under the new coaching system. If it all makes a difference at the end of the day. So, and again, a lot more pieces in place. I can't imagine, again, and it's not just me being a homer, and I am a homer, but it's not me just being a homer saying, you know what, I don't understand why the national media are saying what they do, because if you follow this team day by day, 365 days of the year, like us in the Terrible Board does, you know these things, and you see, and I just can't imagine, again, at the end of the day, this team finishing in last place, which has not happened again since 1988. 1988, Mike, come on. For people that live in 2026 that were born in this century, that's not even a real year to you. You know what I mean? That's like me trying to think of like what 1958 is. That doesn't even exist.
Exactly. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's like when you'd hear our parents talk about like the 50s and 60s. Like, what? Like, no, that was so far. That was 40 years ago.
Right.
Now we're like, oh yeah, it was 40 years ago. Yeah, I remember that. Like it was yesterday.
Crazy. Let's see what's also going on. Tortilla says Bernard is going to break the rookie wide receiver drops record. Let's go here. He all follows that up by saying, I heard Bernard was working with JPJ on his catching, and they both got worse. Oh, my gosh. Hush it, Tortilla, Tyrone. I knew that was coming. And you know what? I think that it was warranted as well. Give it to him. Give him the shush. It is also in your emojis. Let's go right here to Ty says, Saints sign Deion Jones 1-year deal linebacker. And also, Mike, after the show yesterday, roughly 4 hours after we did talk about it, the PMS did come out and say that Aaron Donald was in fact trying out with the Los Angeles Rams. So we did have that information out plenty of hours before the PMS, and most other people did. And it is true, Aaron Donald did try out and work out with the Los Angeles Rams this week. So again, Mike, the Aaron Donald smiles carrot could be a very dangerous defensive line. As a matter of fact, probably pound for pound, one of the strongest that I could remember. When you remember having a guy like Aaron Donald and Miles Garrett on the same line?
I
can't
think of one.
I can't either.
You have to go way back to find like teams that had dominant front fours all the way across, like where you had like two studs in there. And my God, I can't remember, because those positions are hard to pay now, to where you can have two guys that are still dominant at that high of level. It's been a while. Can you imagine, like Ty's saying on the board right here, can you imagine that little dumb Brock Turdy out in San Francisco? Can you imagine him squaring off against these two guys? Smiles, Carrot, and Aaron Donald coming down your throat? That's crazy. Yeah. It's nuts, too, because I look at the rest of their front seven. Like, Kobe Turner's not bad. Puna Ford might be one of the most underrated nose tackles in football. Brandon Fisk is another good young player. Like, they got a lot of nasty guys up front, and then you would add Aaron Donald to it, and then you added Myles Garrett to it again. Like, that's going to be a tough front seven. Listen, I didn't like Smiles when he was in Cleveland. I don't hate him now. Again, I want to appreciate the ball player that he is. I hated him because he's a Brown. The Browns are cocky. He's better than your guy. F you. So at the end of the day, wasn't a big fan. But now in Los Angeles, I can enjoy him from afar. And again, my man that I would love to have back home here, of course, the Penn Hills graduate and the Pitt graduate, Aaron Donald. I would love to have him in Pittsburgh. But if he's not going to be in Pittsburgh, I'm going to enjoy that. If it is Smiles and AD on that defensive line, they are as far away as they could possibly be in the NFC West. So again, you can enjoy that, and we don't play that division. So you know what?
That could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Mike, we're going to get into our Payton Wilson talk here shortly. Again, you see him on the thumbnail, guys. A few things we're going to talk about from him today. Some improvement, some new things, some good things, Mike. But a couple things before we do get into that. I want to talk about somebody else on the let me jump back over to the offense just a moment.
Yeah.
Because I have a question. Now, listen, Darnell Washington, his voice, not his voice, his weight really fluctuates.
Mm-hmm.
He started out at this weight, and then he was this weight, and then they told him to lose a little weight, and then he gained more weight. I kind of just want Darnell Washington to be a big beast. Stop fucking with the guy's weight, because here's the thing. If you make him cut his weight down, okay, that's fine. He moves a little bit quicker, but I kind of like the guy that just everybody bounced off of. It doesn't matter, Mike, if he was quick, if he wasn't quick, if he was crawling on his face, people were just bouncing off of him like a video game. Don't make this guy lose too much weight. This is what makes him sweet. He's a big freak. Why do you take a freak and make him unfreakish? That is one thing. Again, I'm not bad mouthing. I'm just venting. But at the end of the day, you get a freak like this, guys, you have to use that freak to every bit that it's worth, because you don't find people like this that people just bounce off of over and over and over and over as they try to tackle you, and it takes about 6 to 7 people to bring you down. We've seen in the game sometimes last year.
Yeah.
Mike, leave the guy's weight alone. Let him be a freak. Don't try to talk him into bringing it down for speed. All that doesn't matter. You're a freak. You're going to come down to be everybody like everybody else if you continue to follow this pattern.
Yeah.
Don't be like everybody else, bro. You are a freak. You're Mount Washington. You could go down to, like I said, people that you watched in history, Mike. You're Gronkowski's. He was a freak. You don't make freaks become unfreaks. Let the guy be a freak. Let him bounce. Let guys bounce off of him.
Yeah.
And if it becomes a problem, all right, then we'll worry about it. But Mike,
yeah.
I haven't seen it be a problem for Darnell once. Leave the fucking guy's weight alone.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. Like, don't let it balloon too high. You know what I mean? Like,
right. I mean, yeah, absolutely.
But hey, not above this weight, or hey, if you're going to be above this weight, this is the percent body fat we're looking for. We want more tone than chub on you. And as long as you're still moving, getting open and doing your thing. But yeah, just let him bully people, man. Let him bowl people over and do his thing. And maybe they're thinking, okay, you're slimmed down some. You're going to move quicker and you'll gain more yardage. But if he's no longer running people over on those those little out routes, or those little dump offs where he's getting the ball 7 yards away and then dragging people for 30 yards, and those 7-yard catches only turn into 15-yard gains because he's not as strong, then you might have an issue there. I'm willing to give it a shot, but I'm with you. I want him looking big and freakish out there. I want him towering above all these people.
If there was any issues, for one, the guy didn't seem slow. I think of the one play in particular where he ran and he knocked every single Bengal that ever existed on the ground. He wasn't slow.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big guy. He moved like he would. Leave the guy's weight alone. Believe me, you're not going to want to give that up. You don't want to give that up. So again, leave Darnell Washington's weight alone. Let's move over to the defense, Mike. I did want to just touch on that real quick before we get to the defense. Before we get into some Payton Wilson talk, let's go right here, Mike. The Jerry Dulac reports the Steelers think they might have hit a home run with cornerback Dalen Everett. Of course, this name was mentioned on the board earlier. I think it was Chris that did bring it up, Mike. Nothing more satisfying to hear than good news about some of these young defensive backs. Of course, with some of the issues that we've been having, injuries, keeping people, whatever the situation is. Of course, it goes so many going on right now. Dalen Everett, Mike, looking like Steelers hit a home run with this pick.
Yeah, from everything that we're hearing, he's looking good. I can't wait to see him out there and play. But he was one of those guys, he could play inside, outside. Go back and watch his college film at Georgia. They always, when they needed a turnover, he was either picking a pass off, causing a fumble, recovering a fumble. He can hit, he can cover, he play inside, outside. This guy's going to be an all-around damn good corner. And, if he can develop into that lockdown corner, my God, you have him and JPJ for the next 4 to 5 years. Sign me up for that.
And you got absolutely. You got to love it, Mike. Again, I've never ever really thought we've had great secondaries, and I love what they're doing with the secondary as of late. Again, you want guys to get healthy, you want contract situations to be taken care of, but we get pound for pound, get our squad on the field to play. I think our secondary could be pretty damn good, Mike. Again, also the addition of Jamel Dean as well, Asante Samuel. A lot going on in the secondary, Mike, whether it be corner, whether it be safety. So again, I like a lot of these young talent. Robert Spears Jennings, Mike, another one, another person that's certainly coming along. So again, love hearing that from young secondary players. Sometimes you get them, they go through the process and they just aren't anything, and you hate that because you need a good secondary. This is a passing league. It's not a pound the ball down your throat league like it was for a long time. You got to be able to pass. You got to be able to stop the pass. If you want to do anything in this league, if you can't, you're not going to. You're not going to go anywhere. You're not going anywhere. Look at our offense that couldn't pass. I mean, we were lucky it passed as good as it did. But the passing that we did do, it was a big part of the winning 10 football games, Mike, making it to the playoffs last year.
And now when you're having, teams with 2 top flight receivers now, it's becoming the norm, getting 2 studs on the outside. You need stud corners. College is very pass happy, and it's easier for the receivers to translate than corners. So if you can find them, you got to get them and keep them. Because the league's only going to be built for more and more pass. People want points. People want to watch touchdowns. People loving good, hard defensive games is going by the wayside. People call them boring now.
And even if you're not a good passing team, Mike, you're going to have to play passing teams and keep up with teams that are scoring 30 to 40 points. Yeah. So you have to, you got to, it's not okay. No, you have to do these things. You have to do them, and you have to do them well, especially if you want to be competitive in this league.
Exactly. And, if you can't keep up with the Joneses, you're kind of screwed.
If you can't keep up with the Joneses, you're going to be one of the Browns. So just remember this. Let's continue on the board here. Let me scoot up just a hair so I could find where we were. Let's go here to go Hush It Tortilla Saints. Okay, Deion Jones, we're right here. Tyrone says, I feel bad for other QBs. Tortilla says, who's going to do what down your throat? I knew that was coming. I expected that. Aaron Jade says, this TJ Watt needs to come out of retirement. JJ Watt, I'm sorry, needs to come out and play with his bro. TJ needs to come out of his retirement. But I'm sorry, I see Lindsay next. It's almost like when you're talking about somebody and they don't know that you don't know that they're there. I was totally talking some TJ, and Lindsay was right behind him. And I just didn't see her. I apologize, Lindsay. I didn't mean any of that. But let's scoot along. Let's go to Lindsay. Lindsay says, "Who did we just did to draft him? He was what
third round. He was one of our numerous third round picks.
So again, third round. That's Let's go right here to let's go third round. Yes, there it is. Mark Malone need to trade JPJ before the end of the business day. Lindsay says, yes, Aaron, he does. I just don't know what he could bring. I mean, now he's a guy that I would be concerned he still wouldn't have it at this point. He's been out a minute. JJ Watt, where AD, he's only been, I just don't know if JJ Watt can bring it at this point.
JJ Watt his elbow was like Ben's elbow.
Yeah.
The dude was hurt all the time towards the tail end of his career.
Well, that's good, Lindsay, because I didn't say anything. So that never happened.
Lindsay, he was talking shit on our man TJ Watt.
Let's go right here to
Thunder, and Mike would never do that.
Speaking of Thunder, where the hell is that Baldy Locks? I missed him. I seen you yesterday with them shining goldy, these flowing goldy locks. I thought I like the Baldy Locks look, Mike. I do.
All right, you want Thunder? Actually, no, we can't do Thunder.
No,
I forgot to change my name on the screen too.
All right. Oh yeah, there you go.
I'm killing the bit. I'm breaking kayfabe. Vince McMahon's rolling over in his grave.
Let's go right here, Mike. Tyrone says, I think it's the best DB room for Everett to learn from. Right here, let me see right here, Mike, talking about Spears Jennings. Jamel Dean says he's very impressed. Of course, Jamel Dean, the new corner from Tampa Bay, he's very impressed with what Robert Spears Jennings' growth is doing. Mike, he said he also feels confident when RSJ is back there with him as well. So, again, just more good news on some of the young talent coming out of the draft this year. And again, you want some of these talent, these defensive backs to be players that continue to carry over and improve, where that hasn't always been the case for the Steelers. It just hasn't. So again, they're working on building a secondary instead of just having a good secondary. I like this, Mike. Again, Jamel Dean feels comfortable when Robert Spears-Jennings is back there with him.
Dude, man,
that says a lot.
Yeah, and these guys are rookies. Both of these guys are rookies, man. And if they're getting that high of praise and they're practicing that well, if they can carry it over to the field, this might be the best draft class we've had in a couple of years, and we've had some pretty good draft classes, man.
This was a nice one. Again, at the end of the day, it was not a bad draft.
Yeah.
Again,
it wasn't a sexy draft.
It wasn't sexy, but you know what? Sometimes those are the best drafts, Mike.
Yeah.
You know,
if you're able to find value 1 through 7, that's how you build a team. You know, not everyone's going to be a superstar. If you just have a draft where everyone is just an above-average player or solid contributors, I'd take that out of a draft of having one guy hit and then you miss on your next 7 picks.
Yeah,
because we've seen you need more than just one guy to win it all.
I just want to go down here real quick to Tortilla because he's making a good point. I don't know what it is, but I know it's a good point. Tortilla says Mark Caboli, Mark Malone, Mark Andrews, Mark Cuban. What is it with all the marks?
This is we need to get Corey in on this one.
Yeah, you're right. Where is our conspiracy theory guy? Because we need you. We need you. Let's see what else we got going on here, Mike. We're going to start talking about this defense. Let's get into it. Right here, Mike, the physicality of the defense is starting to ramp up is the tune that is being spoken over the past couple of days at St. Vincent College in Latrobe. Mike, the first week, the offense was a lot of big news. No tackling, this, that, the other, Mike, but the intensity, as it did here on the show yesterday, started to really pick up this week. The big talk is how that is going down. And, Mike, one of the names right in the middle of all this is Payton Wilson. This is guy, Mike, they're saying he's playing meaner. He's saying that he's the fear of failure is gone. Mike, is this the year? And I think that it has to be the year because we don't know what to expect from Patrick Queen. But this has to be a year that Payton Wilson really steps up. And at the end of the day, he's never been bad.
Mm-hmm.
But he has to step up this year, Mike. And he's certainly been a name that's been spoken of the past couple of days. Again, with the physicality stepping up at practice, Mike. Also, he's playing meaner. And again, he says he's not afraid of failure anymore, Mike. Payton Wilson, the thumbnail today on the show. What's your thoughts on him? Does he have to have a breakout year? And what's his future if he doesn't?
If he doesn't have a breakout year, we'll start there. We'll start with the negative and then build to the positive. If he doesn't have a breakout year, he's someone that I would keep on the roster as a backup or as a rotational player because you know what you're going to get out of him and you would know how to manage him. But I have a feeling he could be in line for a breakout year with Patrick Graham's defense and allowing him to fly around, make plays, and you're going to have that front is going to be bigger, beefier, and better. Because one of his weaknesses is, shedding blocks. If those guys up front can eat blocks and he's allowed to fly around and make plays, that's how Patrick Graham's defense is. What I've been reading is how it's going to be. Guys coming from different areas, so you don't know who's going to be coming from where, and that can confuse the line, and that's going to allow the linebackers to knife in on run plays and break them up. We know how fast he is. We know he can hit. We know he can tackle. He can be in line for a good year because he's usually around like 100 and some plus tackles, and that could explode this year for him. And he'd just be one of those guys that's eating up plays in the middle of the field. He's not particularly like big, like stout wise, like wide, thick kind of guy, but he has the length for it, the athleticism for it, and he can pop you.
It's basically the modern day inside linebacker build. Yeah. I mean, this isn't the Levon Kirkland era anymore. This isn't the Ray Lewis era. Yeah. Guys are built like this now in the inside. You know?
For a guy that that's being asked to cover and stop the run at the same time, you're going to sacrifice weight and that thickness for a little leaner and more coverage. He has to get his coverage grade back up. He was better his rookie year in pass coverage. Last year, it took a took a big step down. Like teams were, 351 yards against him, like 41 completions on 45 targets.
Right.
That's not good. Not for someone who we're relying on to help in the coverage game. Because if he can swing that back around to where he kind of was his rookie year, it'd be a whole lot better for him and for that defense. And that would help out that middle of the field coverage and that we've been, harping on for 40 fucking years. But he has all the tools to be a very dynamic, very impactful player. And one of the things that I just doing some research on him before the show, he had 16 pressures and 2 sacks on only 76 pass rush snaps. So if they can use him more in that, and that's what Patrick Graham's going to do, have guys do different things that they normally didn't do in the past, he might be a force in the, sacking the quarterback, because we've seen linemen potentially be dropping back in coverage. People like TJ Watt dropping back in coverage. You get this guy blitzing through an open lane, how fast he is and how better of a sure tackler he is than some of our other guys. He might, impact the passing game that way instead of his coverage.
Yeah, Mike, he has to have a big year. He has to improve. And the thing was, as you're saying, he hasn't been bad. He just has to be the things we need him to be. And the guy seems like he's more than willing to put the work in. So hopefully that all does come together, Mike. Again, Payton Wilson right smack dab in the middle of this defense. And it's unfortunate, again, with Patrick Queen. I just wish that we were a little bit more confident in him. But if those two guys come out in the middle and they really step it up and, are involved in big plays, stopping the run, just so many different things that they need to be involved with in the middle of the field. I think that we could certainly have a really good defense. A lot of the guys coming out again saying this could be a top defense. This could be one of the best defenses. But again, preseason talk is preseason talk. And a lot of times it's cheap. You see how that plays out. Last year, they were supposed to have a historically good defense. And you've seen how that played out. Sometimes confidence, it kind of skews your view of things. But I just think that the middle two really have to step it up, Mike. I think the front seven is going to be very vital, as it always is. I'm not saying that it very vital. What you got going on in the inside linebackers, what you got going on in the front line, Mike. I mean, YA, he has to make that move, that step up as well. They're going to be using him on the line. Benton's got to hold his own. Also, I'm not too concerned with the edge rushers, but everybody in the middle, your middle five in the front seven is where my concern is. Cam is 37, 38 years old. So again, these 5 players, these 5 positions really have to step it up, Mike, especially, again, if you're trying to make a good run. The offense, in theory, should be able to put up more points moving forward. We've got the weapons. We have the system. We have new things going on. So in theory, the offense should be looking good. But those middle of the front 7, Mike, those 5 guys, those 5 positions, they have to really bring it this year. And again, I have no problem thinking that Harmon could do it. I have no problem thinking that I think even Y.A. Black, he could certainly come along and be that guy, Mike. It's those other 3 for me. Cam, is it going to be a good 38? Or is it going to be a 38-year-old season the way that it was 2 seasons ago, Mike, where we complaining where a lot of Cam's finishes ended up coming on top of other people's tackles, where he would fall on the pile. A lot of people kind of laughed at when we said that, but it was what it was. He kind of took that, I might as well just get a cheap tackle right here. Bro, I need you in there making these tackles. Him and then also the 2 inside linebackers is where I have my eyes heavily as things do start to kick off, Mike, because you need those 3 people to really bring their game to have success on your defense. It doesn't matter what kind of secondary you have. If you don't have great play from these 3 players this year, I just think that it's not going to be as good as we want it to be or as good as it should. But if those 3 guys bring it, Mike, I think we're going to have a pretty damn good year.
Oh, a great year, because the way the secondary stack too, if like you were saying, like that front and then that middle group can do what they need to do, like that 3 to 5 guys in the triangle, that defense right there, if they can do what we need them to do, that secondary is just going to be ball hawking and laying people out, man. Like it's going to kind of remind you of, I won't say like put you in mind specifically of, but like kind of think the 2008, 2010 Steelers defenses, the way they were flying around, fast and loose, not afraid to make a mistake, because they knew, like, hey, if I made a mistake, the people behind me are going to bail me out, like, because they know what I'm going to do. Because we're going to be aggressive, try and make a play, and the guys are going to be there to back me up. And like, hey, if someone gets a big play on me, that's okay, because we know the very next play, we can probably get a big sack, a big turnover, or right after, because we're going to play fast and aggressive. If they can get back to that style of football and defense, they got the talent for it, and we have the offense too that has the talent to put up points off of those turnovers.
And we'll start to see it all take place, guys, in just 6 days. That's right. 1 week from right now, we're going to be breaking down the latest Steelers football game as they take on the Green Bay Packers right here in Pittsburgh on Thursday, guys. So we're less than a week away, if you could even believe that. And then we're just 37 days. That's Carnell Lake days away from kicking the season off against the Atlanta Falcons, also right here in Pittsburgh. So lots of football coming up. It's coming up really fast here, guys. Let's get back on the terrible board. Let's go to Ty. He's shaking my head. Mark doesn't want to win. Let's go here to Tortilla. He says, mix it all together, and you got the best of both worlds. Yes, what was that? What is that from? What is that song you're referring to? I know it. I just can't place it. Let's go here to Lindsay. Lindsay says, can Everett get interceptions? As far as we know, I mean, he's looking good. Again, still a rookie. We're going to get a look at him in less than a week. So, again, very excited about seeing all these rookies, the young players, free agents coming to town. So Michael Pittman, a look at our quarterback. Mike, a look at our future quarterbacks, perhaps. All these pieces are coming to play on the field in less than a week away. We're going to see how Roman looks. That's a question mark there. We're going to see how Bernard looks. Bernard, I'm sorry. We're going to see how the offensive line looks. We're going to see our quarterback, Mike. Of course, our starter is going to be playing. We're going to see Rico Dowdle. We're going to see this defense. We're going to see the so guys, it's coming fast. I hope they get something taken care of with JPJ. In the meantime, I would love to see him out there with the guys, but again, not totally necessary, Mike. Snaps are going to be limited for starters.
Yeah,
so that gives us a little bit more time to work things out. I hope he gets something figured out before the season between him, the Steelers, and his agent. But who knows, Mike? But less than a week, we're going to start seeing all these guys, and it's going to be early. So again, later on in the game, like last night, I'm bummed out because you get to halftime. I mean, it was a good game, but none of these guys are going to be in the league in a couple weeks, and I don't even know who most of them are.
Yeah.
But for the Steelers guys, it's a lot different when you were learning in preseason. You know these guys. We've talked about these guys. We watched these guys get drafted, and we watched them work out, and we watched them at camps, and we watched them at minis, and we watched them do this, and we watched them at that. So again, so much comes out of preseason games for me, Mike. Even when those starters step off the field at the end of the first quarter, you still learn. You still seeing what's going on. You're still seeing things that, okay, well, this dude's going to work. Look what he, and then other guys, I don't know. So again, you take a lot away from these preseason games. At least I do. So again, looking very much so into this Green Bay Packers game in a week. And Mike, how much bigger for a preseason game can you get? You have Aaron Rodgers, you have Mike McCarthy, you have the Green Bay Packers back in Pittsburgh. They beat us last year. It's just the whole feel. So, and again, two classic teams, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers and Green Bay Packers at the end of the day. So big stuff coming up real soon, Mike, and then season won't be too long.
Right around the corner, man. It was a long slog to get here, but man, once it gets here, it flies. Especially now that it's only three preseason games. Like when it was 4, it felt like it dragged on and on and on. But now these 3, man, it flies by. And then also, cut down days 1 day.
And then also, Mike, once we get to the playoffs, we're going to be in 2027, if you can believe that. We started doing this in 2021. So again, just kind of crazy when you start looking at numbers that way. Let's jump back on the board. Let's go right here to Tyrone. He says, well, he hasn't played, so who knows? Okay, referring to Dalen and his coverage abilities. Lindsay says, this Tyrone, did you just use logic about a rookie? Let's go right down here again. The Watts, I'm seeing on the board, the Watts, the Thunders, looking good, guys. Again, thank you so much for all your support to everybody. Lindsay says, and again, I should probably just skip right over this. I don't even want to bring it back to our attention because it never happened. Lindsay says, I wasn't paying attention. You're safe, Ryan. So again, we'll continue right here to Jamie Carlo, not even think twice about what was said. Jamie, my man, he says, yo. What's up, brother? Always great seeing Jamie on the terrible board. I know Jamie's ready, Mike, because we were just 6 days away from playing some football. Football. Let's go here. Roman Reigns, GOAT. Let's go. That's what Lindsay's saying. Let's go here to Tortilla. We did get that with the marks. Yinzer Joe says Patrick Queen seems to be everywhere and more comfortable, and I'm glad to hear that. I know he's got more agents than anybody I've ever known. He's going through agents this offseason like nobody's business, Mike.
Like what, 3 this season? It feels like.
I know.
Hey, Eventually, you'll find an agent that will tell you what you want to hear.
Exactly. Let's continue right here to Tyrone. He says, I'm always logical with rookie shaking my head. I just got faith in Max and Bernard. I want both of them to start. I think Max is on a good path. I do think Max, and again, I don't think that it's bad that Bernard is not that number 3, just because if Roman Wilson does beat him out, that's encouraging, because again, that's another weapon, that's more depth.
Yeah.
And again, there's more ceiling for a guy like a rookie like Bernard. So again, I don't hate how this is playing out. I just hope that it plays out in the way that we need it to.
Yeah, and as long as everyone is producing, that's fine. I don't care who it is. I just want us to win.
That's what I'm saying. People are, kind of debating about, oh man, who's going to be the starting running back? Who cares? If Rico Dowdle runs the ball,
whoever's the best.
If Rico Dowdle runs the ball for 100 yards this week and Jalen Warren runs it for 113 yards next week, I could put whoever you want in.
Yeah.
It's just more to confuse the defense and keep them off balance and on their heels. So I like it. I like it, Mike. I like it so far.
If Jalen Warren gives me what Jalen Warren's been giving us for the past 3 or 4 years now, I'm okay with that. And if Rico's given us close to what he's been doing the past 2 to 3 years, I'm okay with that.
I agree with you. Let's go right here, Mike, to Tortilla. Yeah, PQ was even chilling on Tater's couch. Uh-oh.
Tater's couch getting crowded.
It's a busy couch. Let's go here to Tortilla. He also says this, damn, I just realized next month we're going to have to try to get Tyrone another membership. Infinite money glitch. Who knows? Maybe Tyrone will go on a good streak now, and probably not, right? Let's go to just his luck. It's just his luck. One thing that I'm learning about Ty. PQ needs to step up for sure. Lindsay, I couldn't agree more. PQ has to have a big year. And I'm talking about Payton Wilson, but at the end of the day, PQ does have to step up, Mike. You can't lead the league in missed tackle. You just can't.
You can't.
You can't. And again, Mike, we finished in first place. We go to the playoffs. We get 10 wins. So him finishing in the league lead at missed tackles apparently didn't drag us down enough. But if you want to move further, those things have to improve. And again, we all want to see it. This may and could very well be Patrick Queen's last year with the Steelers.
It could be. It most likely is going to be his last year. If he comes back, I'll be shocked.
Yes, absolutely. 100% shocked. So again, just keep that in mind as we head into the draft next year. Might be looking for them inside linebackers. Let's go right here to Tyrone. Ty says this, I'm glad Elliott is okay. Our defensive players play so much better. Absolutely. They are feeling really good. But again, getting out on that field and making it happen is two totally different things. They felt great last year. You got to recall, last year after preseason, Mike, that defense felt great. Yeah. Not good, not well. Mike, they were going to be historically good. So again, got to keep those things in mind. Let's go here to Tortilla. I'm going to do the Dak Prescott at physical therapy today. When does the psychological therapy come? Just kidding, Tortilla. Let's go to Mark Malone.
That's ongoing.
Yes. Tortilla, I'm sorry, Mark Malone says this, they're not signing JPJ at all. Got to get him traded for more than three comp. Damn. Joe says this. He says, didn't Elliott nail DK Metcalf after a catch-up practice, and he had to look twice at who he hit? Looked like he was apologetic too.
Oh, yeah. He jacked him up. As soon as he lowered the shoulder, it was like one of those instincts kicked in. He lowered the shoulder, was like, oh, shit, my bad.
What did I just do?
He's like, what the fuck? And then my favorite part was Patty Fry acting like he was going to knock him out.
Yeah.
When I think enforcers on the team, I think Pat Freiermuth.
Right. Pat Freiermuth saving babies and forcing shit on the field. And who would have guessed, Mike? Noah Hiles thought this was going to be a boring team.
It's a boring training camp. I'm
bored
to tears.
I me too. Just bored to tears with everything that isn't going on at training camp. What a nut. Let's go right here. Tyrone says this. He says, Mark, then why they make an offer for him? LOL. Probably offered about 15 is what Mark is saying on the board. Let's go here. What a mid cornerback is worth. Lindsay says half a first. Mark. Let's go here to Ty. What does he say? He says, nope, offer 24-26, but that's not going to be get done. Better up at $4 more million. Of course, on the JPJ, Followed that up, Tyrone says this mid defensive back, but was the best corner in the NFL last year. And a guy that's never given up a touchdown, I just don't think he gets enough credit for this. He's locking down ones every week. He's improving every year. Again, I don't get it. Let's continue down right here. Tyrone got the derpies in the house. Always love seeing the naked derpies on my screen. Let's go here. Lindsay says, I'm playing Tyrone just for your information. Let's go. She's playing Tyrone just for your information. She's just messing around, Tyrone, I think is how that's meant. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He's not worth more. He ain't getting it. Play on what he has now or be traded. Let's go here to Tyrone. He says, Yinzer Joe, you know what a front player is worth? Leave it up to that front office. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says, in response, I will, but I know JPJ can cry all he wants or move on. Tyrone says, in response to this, you seem mad and to be the one crying. To Yinzer Joe. Lucky the chippiness started a little bit later in the show.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's see. Let's go here to, you seem like the one that's crying. Ty says this. Of course, there's Lindsay with the with the Vanilla Thunder and also with TJ Watt on the board. I can't wait to see Howard. I can't wait to see Howard too. Mike, Drew Aller, all these guys.
Yeah.
Less than a week away, we'll be watching all these guys play football. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says, no, just mad at the fact Junior thinks he should be the highest paid corner. I don't see it. Aaron Jade in the house right here. My man using the TJ Watts as well, guys. Love to see it right here. Tortilla says, I got first place in knockout at the psych ward, and they let me go. Lindsay says, he better not hurt his fucking pinky. At Tortilla. Let's continue down. I'm seeing a little 007 action in the house. My man, great seeing 007 always. It's season time. He says this. What do you think about DK Metcalf saying the Steelers would go into game days last year with routes played called that they didn't like? Let me read this one more time. What do you think about DK Metcalf saying the Steelers would go into game days last year with routes plays called that they didn't like? I'm not sure, Mike. I'm not familiar.
I agree with what Lindsay's saying. Arthur Smith was trash.
Is that the answer to what 007 is saying?
Yes.
I'll go with that as well.
Smith was trash.
I'm not familiar with the comment, so again, I'm gonna stick with Lindsay. Love Jalen's attitude. Lindsay is also saying, Mike, one more thing. As we were rounding third, Mike Tomlin last night, he made some statements, and I really liked this statement. And I know you like the statement as well, but not as much as I do. Mike Tomlin last night said that the only golden ticket for Hall of Fame, in his opinion, is Hines Ward. And I couldn't agree with him more because he leads the Steelers all time in like passing yards, receptions, receiving touchdowns, on a team that housed great wide receivers. And people will say, well, his tenure, he was this, that, and they start to really break it down. And you start thinking, okay. But then you think he was a Super Bowl MVP, and he was this, and he did that. I agree with Mike Tomlin 155%. I believe Hines Ward belongs in the Hall of Fame because he wasn't a typical receiver. He was outside of that box. He was physical. He was a great blocker, not a good blocker, a great blocker. The guy never not brought it. Anything you asked of him, he stepped in, he did it. He did it fairly well. As being a quarterback out of college at Georgia, what he was able to bring as a wide receiver in the pros, not only, again, past the greats of the 70s, like Swan and Stallworth, more than probably the all-time greatest wide receiver in Steeler history with Antonio Brown. If you look at the list of the numbers, Hines Ward sits at the very top in Steeler history at yards, receptions, touchdowns, and all these other greats are beneath him. Hines Ward deserves that Hall of Fame, not because he came out and played like an Isaac Bruce, because he was a natural wide receiver or any of these guys. The fact that he wasn't a natural receiver and was able to go on and have the accomplishments he has, especially as a Steeler who's typically not a great passing team, or put a lot of energy into it. During the Ben years was different. I give him that. But at the end of the day, for all that it's worth, I agree with Mike Tomlin, not 100%, but 155%. I believe it in my heart. I respect Mike's opinion, and I don't know what's going to come out of his mouth next. But what I do know is I support Hines Ward. I think he 110%, 150% belongs in the Hall of Fame in Canton. I think him not being there is doing a disjustice. And also, Mike, the guys that people were debating, is this guy going to get him? Well, he's kind of an asshole. Why would you want him? Hines Ward was always a stand-up guy. Good in the community here in Pittsburgh. He never got involved in issues. He was never the arrogant wide receiver, the attitude. Everything comes together for me as a perfect package. I would take him over in a day to be back on this team again for that career. I think Hines Ward belongs in Canton, Mike. And again, the more I think about it, the more I just think that there's no way he shouldn't be there. So I do agree with Mike Tomlin. Again, was he great? I mean, you're looking at the top. Not everybody's the greatest ever that makes it in the Hall of Fame. But you know what? That was a pretty damn great career that he put together.
Yeah. You know, Hines Ward falls into that category of guys that, like, you look, check mark on stats and accomplishments. You watch him on the film, you can see the talent there. Great player when you watch him, but, like, was he that you put him in those categories of someone like you said, like an Isaac Bruce, a Jerry Rice, a Chris Carter type guy? Like, I don't, but he has the numbers with those guys. And yeah, the era was expanding at that time, but the Steelers weren't a real pass heavy team when he was there a whole lot. I won't be mad if he makes the Hall of Fame. I want him in the Hall of Fame because he's a Steeler. But when I start putting him up there with some of those other receivers, it's like,
one thing you got to say though, Mike, was it a Hall of Fame career? If you're not comparing it anyway, it was.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, he's one of those guys that more or less had, to me, like, it was a sneaky Hall of Fame career. It's not like it's not like you went in as an opposing team going, "Hey, we have to shut down Hines Ward or we're going to lose this game." But that doesn't take that shouldn't be discounted against him, because they should have been worried about
exactly.
Because look what happened when you would let him run free when you were worried about trying to stop Bettis or Willie Parker and Heath Miller. You let Hines Ward run free on you. Are you trying to, stop some of that, like a Plex, or I think Tone might have, whoever else overlapped with him? They were always worried about the other guy, but they let Hines Ward tear him up. Maybe you should have been covering Hines Ward. Maybe you should have game planned for him. So I'm either way. If he makes it in, I'm ecstatic for it. If he doesn't, I understand the arguments why you want to say he's a Hall of Famer, but I want him in the Hall of Fame. You watch him. He was just a productive receiver. He had, like I said, it was like a quiet Hall of Fame career.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Checks off all the boxes, but then people go, well, just because you hit these milestones doesn't mean you should get in. Yeah, but he hit them consistently. It was not like he had like 3 good years and his career sucked. It was a build-up and then a sustained period of success at a high level that no one could, like, you couldn't stop him because you were too stupid to try and game plan around him. So that was like your fault. And like you said, Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, I mean, that all has to stand for something. Has to go in there.
So, and he did change the way receivers played.
Absolutely.
Receivers would block, but people weren't making it one of the things you really look for in a receiver.
How well saying, like, he wasn't that typical skilled wide receiver. He was making the numbers as a wide receiver. However, he was making the rest of the team better by blocking the way that he did. And again, other teams didn't have that. So again, that makes him more valuable to me and more likely to be a Hall of Famer.
And he wasn't like your typical, like your number one. He was that possession receiver.
Right.
But he was like the best possession receiver of his era. So why shouldn't you be rewarded for being the best at your role? That's like saying, our arguments for, like, there should be more kickers and punters. Like, Hines Ward should be in the Hall of Fame as, he was like that possession receiver that you could count on. He wasn't flashy, but was going to do all the dirty things right that you want out of a football player. And look, he had a Hall of Fame career for it. So I like I said, if he gets in, I'm ecstatic. If not, I'm kind of like you want more Steelers in there. But at the same time, I can understand the arguments why people wouldn't want him in the Hall of Fame.
And again, if you're going by numbers, he has better
Yep,
numbers
by
than
numbers,
every single wide receiver that's in the
Yep.
Hall of Fame for the Steelers currently, or even the few that we think
Yeah.
belongs there in the future. Again, Mike,
even guys that are going in now.
Yes,
he's right in there with those numbers.
Listen, I don't always agree with Coach C. I don't always. I mean, you don't always agree with anybody. I mean, everybody's got different taste in everything. This I do agree with. Excuse me. Hines Ward does belong in the Hall of Fame. I think hands down, 155%. To me, it's not even a debate. Again, as time goes on, I think it even more. So again, I hope that it happens for him. And who knows, Mike? Bill Belichick doesn't get into the Hall of Fame, so you just never know anymore. It seems to me back in the day, the best performances got in, but there's so much stuff that happens in the world now. You have to configure that into. You got to figure out okay, well, this guy had some cheating things going on, some scandals up in New England. So it's not the same world that it used to be. You didn't just take it at face value. But again, hopefully, I both of them guys, Hines Ward, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady. I mean, come on. You say none of these guys belong in the Hall of Fame, you're out of your mind.
Yeah, and the way the NFL Hall of Fame does their voting process, like the people get together and then a representative, like, oh, you member of the media, you're representing the Steelers, so you have to make the case for the player. Like, someone has to get up there and make the case for the players that are being by the team, instead of like every other sport that's, hey, here's everyone who's nominated, fill out your ballot and we'll vote on it. We'll tally the votes, and did we hit the threshold? Okay, cool, you're in. The NFL does it so stupidly.
All right, guy. Yeah,
I got something funny real quick.
Yeah, good.
Want to see something? Want to see derpy emoji?
Sure.
Based off the eyes.
Yeah, let's take a look. Let's see this new derpy.
I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm in a mood today. It's Friday. I'm being funny.
Now, let's see it.
Let's see.
No argument here. Let's take a look.
This should be the right one.
So this is the derpy emoji based on the eyes.
Does that not scream "get in the trunk"?
Well, yes, it does, but it's still.
I know it's a work in progress. I'm trying
it's not
to
really.
just get the
It's
eyes.
not quite derpied out just yet. It's still. He's the guy. That poor kid on the screen seems relatively normal.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's a first roast draft. I wanted to share it with everyone.
Yeah, looks good. Looks good. Let me get caught up on these messages, Mike. Let's go right here to Joe. Joe says Steelers can get the same production from Asante Samuel for a lot less than what they will have to pay Joey Porter Jr. Samuel was a top cornerback in the NFL before his injury, and I think he's returning to normal form. Of course, his dad, not a bad defensive player in the league either. Let's go to Tyrone. Yeah, but Samuel never no Porter, LOL, even before injury, LOL, and he's DB3. At best. Let's go to Lindsay. Lindsay says, love Muth saving the babies and beating ass. That's right. I gotta love the Muth. Let's go right here to Tyrone. Speaking of Muth, how's everybody? How's Jamal doing? I miss talking to him on the board. I haven't seen him for a while. I just know that he does not like Muth, so just kind of made me think of him for a sec there. Let's go right here. Tyrone says, stop getting hype over practice. Laugh my ass off. Get a grip, bro. Follows up by saying, hell, once J-Ram comes back, Samuel won't even start. Let's go here to Tortilla. Tortilla says, blah, 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 blah. Trade JPJ, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, ball, blah, blah, blah. Nice tits. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says, Asante knows this is his chance to shine and will take the position why JPJ collects rust on the sidelines. Tyrone says this. He says, barely. That's why on the depth chart, Porter is DB1, and he even hasn't practiced yet. I think that's a good point. Good point, Ty. Let's go here to Ty again. He says, this hop-off Porter's nuts, starting to think you gay. Tortilla says this, trade JPJ and Rudolph for Jeremiah Smith. Yinzer Joe says this, Ramsey will be playing nickel slot, not outside where Porter and Asante are. Let's go to right here. Let's go to Tyrone. He says, Asante Samuel Jr. is a DB4 as of right now. LOL, he's back up to Porter or Ramsey. Joe says this, trade JPJ for Kenny Pickett. Let's go here to Tortilla. Tortilla says, you guys remember when we argued about Aaron Rodgers? Absolutely. Trade Yinzer Joe for Mason is what Tyrone is saying. For a shot of tequila. Just trade Mason is what Lindsay's saying for a shot of tequila. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. Yes, Asante does back up Porter and Ramsey, but Asante will be outside, and Eccles will be inside slot for J-Ram. It's clobbering time, Tortilla says. Looks like Noah. Tyrone says, glad you know that. Yinzer Joe. Bingo Winchester. My goodness, they're rolling in, Mike. The greats, they're all here, aren't they? Bingo says, hello. It's sorry, it's been hello all. Sorry, been busy with some family health stuff. Have been listening though, driving back and forth from Canton. Hey brother, you got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, man.
We understand everybody's got a life, got to take care of business and do what you got to do. It is great hearing from you, Bingo. Glad to see you back. And I know that we're getting close to the season, Mike, to the gridiron. When I see Bingo in the house, always great seeing you, Bingo. Welcome back to the show. The Terrible Board, my man. Let's go here to Just Skill Loyal. He says, just got back. Holy jump scare. Mark Malone, we really do need to pay Asante Samuel Jr. Lindsay says, hope everyone is well. Bingo. Yes, absolutely, Bingo. We're all hoping that as well. Tyrone says, I haven't heard anything from Jamal. I'll tell him, yeah, please do. I like Jamal, and I like when he was here, so let him know he's asking about him. Let's go here to two right here. Tortilla says, I've been saving $10 every day since this JPJ contract dispute, and I think at this rate I can pay him. Tyrone, let's all go play bingo. Bingo says this. Thanks, Lindsay, but no words like terminal and hospice were used. I'm fine, though. Well, that's good. We don't like those words. Tyrone says this. He says, I'm about to start getting scratch-off tickets to pay Porter. Followed up by saying this. He says, I'm off, guys. Great show today. Dan, okay, my man, thank you so much for being here. As always, Ty. Great show, you bastards. Take care, sir, as always. I hope you have a great weekend. Stay safe. We'll see you on Monday. Tyrone, my dude, the GOAT. And Aaron also saying take care as well. Mike, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about the website? We'll get into this Duquesne Pilsner question of the day.
All right, everyone. Head on over to the2Yinzers.com. A new article out today. Check it out. I think there's like 5 or 6 topics over there. Check them out at the2Yinzers.com. If you're like this sort of thing, but links to the merch store over there, all of our social media links over there. The2Yinzers.com.
Go check it out, everybody. Lots of cool stuff. Mike does a lot of good work over there. He works hard, and so do the guys as well. Guys, go check out the website at www.the2Yinzers.com. That's www.the2Yinzers.com. All right, guys, as you remember last Friday, we did have a Duquesne Pilsner sponsored segment, Mike. It was on Fridays. We're doing this during the training camp. And last week you lost, and by losing, you had to eat bugs. That's right, Mike ate crickets on Monday because he did not get the question right, Mike. So let me pull out my trusty Duquesne Pilsner case box here, right here. Duquesne Pilsner, Mike. This episode, this particular segment is brought to you by Duquesne Pilsner, and today we're going to do the same thing, Mike. And what this means is it's not going to be any different than it is any other day when we do the trivia. I'm going to ask a question, and if you get it right, you win what's in the box. That's the good prize, or you win the poo-poo prize if you get what was wrong. And last week it was eating crickets. I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be this week. You have to get it right or pay the consequences, Mike. Again, this is no different. And the only thing that is different, and again, this only goes on this week and next week, just hold off on your guesses until Mike does commit to an answer. If Mike once he commits to his answer, you could then start throwing your guesses, or if you know the answer or anything of this nature, just so it doesn't help him out. Again, just today, we can get back to regular on Monday, but this, guys, is going to be the last question of the week regarding the padding, equipment, as the Steelers went back to pads this week. Mike, that is what today is going to be about. And again, this is the Duquesne Pilsner. What's in the box? Question of the day.
Box.
Mike, here we go. Again, all about equipment, all about pads. And again, on the board, do let Mike try to get some kind of answer, and then you could throw your answers, guesses. Even if you might know it, throw that up as well. But again, let Mike answer. Let him commit first, and then we'll do that. Because, again, I have to see if he's going to, again, eating bugs last week was what he achieved. Who knows? It could be good. It could be bad, depending on how your answer goes. Here we go, guys. Question of the day. Everybody do put on them thinking caps. So here we go for the question of the day. What brand is the most common and dominant football helmet in football, NFL, history. I'm looking for a brand of this particular equipment. Again, what brand is the most common and dominant football helmet in NFL history? And this only goes back to the beginning of the Super Bowl era. This has nothing to do with leather helmets. This has nothing to do with anything like that. So again, just let Mike get his let him confirm what his guess or his question is for the day. Again, the question is this: what brand is the most common and dominant football helmet in NFL history? Take a minute to think that over. We're live 5 days a week, right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. every day, right here on the Tube.
On Tube.
We're gonna hold up on throwing anything up there, Bingo, until Mike is committed on his answer on the board. Do just relax for one moment, and we will get back to that in just a second. Mike, what is your thought process on the question of the day? Again, the brand of helmet is what we're looking for, and if you get it right, you get the good prize in the box. If you get it wrong, it's going to be another poo-poo. Again, last week you did eat crickets, so again, think very hard, Mike. What is your thought process for the question of the day? What brand of the football helmet is the most common and dominant in NFL history in the Super Bowl era, of course?
Let's see. So CCM is hockey.
That's true.
I think Echo is hockey. Is it Rydell?
Rydell, is that your final answer? Not a bad pick, I got to be honest with you.
I think I remember seeing that. I just don't know what sport. I'm going to go with that one.
So I have to ask you,
Rydell.
Is that going to be your final answer?
Final answer.
All right, Mike. So
Riddle
again,
Rydell.
Who knows what it could be if you don't get it right? It could be anything. I got to be honest with you. And it could also be anything that's good as well if you do get it right. So let's lock you in on a Rydell right here. So there you go, guys. If you want to throw your guesses up, perhaps you know it. Perhaps you have a guess, or maybe you even looked it up. If you want to throw it up, do that now. Let me grab on some of these messages here. Let's go to Bingo did jump. He did jump off sides, but that's all right. That's all right. Let's go right here. I do see that some of the guys, Bingo says, Bingo, shh, don't answer till he answers. Oh, shit, that's right. Let's go here. No biggie, brother. He jumped off sides.
I had all my chats down and everything, too. So
Encroachment is what Steel Loyal is saying. Bingo, time. You got to run a lap. Get a lap. Let's go right here. I see Lindsay saying Rydell or shut. Also, I'm seeing 10 suicides. 10 suicides to Bingo. It's all good, brother. No harsh feelings. Glad to see you. Mike is correct. Still Loyal is saying Tyrone is saying Rydell as well. And also Tortilla saying the Mendenhall 360. So a lot of people, Mike, I think are agreeing with what you said. The Rydell helmet. Let's take a look at the question one more time. And if it's wrong, Mike, if it's not Rydell, I hate to tell you what is in this box, but if it's right, you do win the good prize in the box. Again, this is the Duquesne Pilsner. What's in a box? Trivia question of the day. To wrap up Equipment Week, Mike, here's the question. What brand is the most common and dominant football helmet in NFL history? And again, this is just when they actually wore helmets, not the leather or anything like this. Mike, you said Rydell. Again, Mike, let's grab our box right here. Again, I'm going to put this right here. Duquesne Pilsner, guys. Do get out and get your Duquesne Pilsner. Football season is underway. You're not going to want to miss football season with some Duquesne Pilsner, guys. Get it at Giant Eagle. It's now available at 6 and 12 packs and wherever cases are sold. The people at Duquesne Pilsner always do things for us, so we like to do the same for them. Hey, if you're not a big drinker, that's all right. Do jump on their social media. Hit the likes, hit the follows. It all helps the people out at Duquesne Pilsner. We always have Duquesne Pilsner right here on tap in the studio, Mike, for any event that does come along, made right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Duquesne Pilsner, it says on the can, grab a Duke. There it is, guys. There's the case. And inside there's a winning prize, Mike, for you. And inside there's a losing prize, depending on if you got it right or if you were incorrect. The question of the day is this. What brand is the most common and dominant football helmet in history back to the Super Bowl era, through the Super Bowl era, of course. Guys, Mike, you said Rydell. In the it's Rydell. Rydell is correct, Mike, and you win the good prize from the box, and you get to enjoy it Monday, as that is how it's going to go, as you ate crickets Monday morning, Mike, but you did, by getting it correct today, you did win a can of Duquesne Pilsner, guys. Boy, that looks scrumptious. Don't that look delicious? Watching football, take the edge off, wetting the palate, There it is, Mike.
I'm pounding that first thing Monday.
So far, so good, Mike. Last week, wrong. This week, correct. Can of beer Monday morning to get the week started for Mike out of the box. I'm not going to tell you what the bad is because I'm going to roll it over to next week, hoping that you get it wrong next week. But again, Duquesne Pilsner, guys,
bro.
good friends of ours here at the show. Do stop. Get yourself some Duquesne Pilsner beer if you are looking to get your buzz on, especially with football season right around the corner. Mike, congratulations. You do get a can of beer to kick the season off, or kick the week off next week. And you know what? What better week than game week, right?
Exactly. That's when I'm ready to start my drinking is next week, Monday morning. Just keep drinking up until game time.
I like it. I might be right there with you. My castle might get bigger over my left shoulder, depending on how much we get into it. Let's grab a couple messages here, guys. As we are basically at that point of the show, I do apologize. I would love for this to go on all day, but Mike he gets tired at his old age, and I have to consider that. And all the NFL, PA.
Exactly. I got the players union on my side.
The collective bargain, everything, it all plays into it. Let's go right here. Let's go to Mike is correct down. I'm going to go to right here. Bingo says this. Remember those air pumps for the first helmet? And that was actually in the question yesterday. Bingo. That was actually in the question yesterday because back in the day they used to put antifreeze in the tubes to keep it from freezing on your head. That matter of fact, I had one my very first year. It was Mighty Mites, Termites, whatever it was. I had the peanut head in the group. Like I was the only player on the team. With this air helmet, and they used to call me an airhead because of it. Coach would come over, pump up the top.
That's the best.
Yeah. I didn't have the antifreeze, but I did have the helmet. Let's go right here to remember those there. We did get that. Steele says, did I miss Somber's happy poop? I think he did miss his happy poop. He did happy poop. Aaron Jade, my man, thank you so much. Great seeing you here as always. Keep up the great here we go, Steelers, Rockets, everything, baby. Love seeing Aaron back in the house with everybody. And Mike, you can feel it building up. You really can feel it building up. Steel Loyal, no, that's a good prize. I agree. Tyrone says, I'm always right. Lindsay says, not only I am. Tortilla says, I'm always white too, guys. You guys are just rocking my world. Love you every single day. You know that. A few things before we do get ready to take off for the day, unfortunately. Mike, the Pittsburgh Pirates back at it against the Mets, the hated Mets in town for the weekend series. The Pirates fall 3 games below 500 for the first time, I believe, all season. 57-60 after the Brewers series. Mike, they lose the series 3 games to 1. They're back at it today for a 4-game. Try this again, a 3-game set against the Mets. That's a 6:40 start. That is today. Also, Mike, the Pittsburgh Riverhounds back at it tomorrow. They'll be hosting the Sacramento Republic soccer team. That right here in Pittsburgh. That's a 7 o'clock start tomorrow. Also, Steelers got Saturday night lights, guys. So if you are heading to St. Vincent College in Latrobe, do make sure you get registered before you head over there. Steelers.com, Ticketmaster.com. Get over there. It's 6 o'clock. Tomorrow they'll be off Sunday, and then they'll be back at it on Monday, getting ready for the Green Bay Packers next week. So we'll be covering all this and so much more when we come back first thing on Monday. We hope to see everybody then. A few things before we do get ready to roll, Mike. I am going to say this while you were checking out Duquesne Pilsner online. You can check us out as well on any social media. We're all over the place. You can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, Threads, TikTok, all those places. Just hit the follow button and keep up with what's going on with the Two Dumb Yinzers on a day-to-day basis. And finally, if you hadn't done it yet, do hit the like button down below. Hit the like, hit the sub, share, leave a comment. It all helps us in the algorithm, and it all pushes it out to more Steeler Nation, more Yinzers to get. So if you can do that, just hit those. One of those few buttons will go such a long way, and we would certainly appreciate that so much. Mike, your thoughts today's show?
Hopefully Payton Wilson can't have that breakout year that we were talking about. Because if he does, this defense just take another huge step forward. Like Jamal Dean was saying, like this defense not only could be top 5, could be number 1 in the NFL. And if we're going to do that, we need Payton Wilson to step up big time. And it's nice to hear that the injuries were short.
Yes.
I just now noticed, just checking Twitter real quick, it looked like little Eli didn't practice today. He didn't practice yesterday either, but there's been no updates on that. So it doesn't seem serious either. Just probably just minor bumps and bruises. It looks like everyone's going to be back and ready to go for Monday's practice. So right now we're avoiding the injury bug. Let's just keep that rocking and rolling, man. I can't wait. This time next week we'll be breaking down the Steelers game.
We sure will be, and starting to get ready for the second game, obviously, by the end of that particular episode. So that's all coming up so fast. Coming up next week, guys, less than a week away from all these things. Also, everything that I did say about subbing and liking all that, it's all free, guys. Nothing costs anything. Again, we do appreciate all your support. It helps out the show big time, and it helps the show grow. And there is also the membership, which is separate from the sub. So the sub is basically like going to a social media page and following. That's all free, nothing, no strings attached. And again, the membership as well, you can see everybody's having a lot of fun, a lot of green names on the board as of late, Mike. And again, a lot of the fun emojis. They could go from the Vanilla Thunders, the shirtless derbies, the TJ Watts, the terrible towels, the our logo, our catchphrases, anything that you get here on the show. You can find it. Finch's teeth. Finch's teeth are now even also in the emoji. So much fun, guys. Do join us. $1.99 a month. There's no commitment. You don't have to carry it over month to month, anything like this. It is month to month, so you can cancel anytime you like if you don't like it. But I'm telling you, I think you're going to like it. These emojis, they do something to you. They do something to you, Mike. They changed my life for sure. Do get the membership today. Again, that's $1.99 a month. No commitments, but at the end of the day, again, everything else is free. Subbing, all these things, all free, and it all helps, guys. So we do thank you so much for all of that. I do want to say this, Mike. We'll be back at our regular time on Monday to get into so much heading into this Green Bay Packers game, and not the usual kind of game prep week because it is preseason and we're going to be learning a lot. But, Mike, that doesn't mean that the things that we do during the season won't be back. I'm talking about overs and unders. I'm talking about all the things that we do here on the show that does lead up to a game. So much coming up next week, guys. We hope to see everybody back. I think you're going to like it, getting ready for them Packers. I do think that's everything on my part here, guys. The Steelers, they were supposed to go inside today because of thunderstorms. Apparently, the thunderstorms didn't hit Westmoreland County. They did get outside to practice a little bit. IMAX, not injured too bad. They're expecting him back on Monday. Brandon Echols not expected to miss too much time, possibly be back Monday with his injury. Guys, a lot going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I cannot wait to get back Monday. First thing to talk about this and everything else heading into this first preseason game because it is on like Donkey Kong, baby. Yes. It truly is. Let me grab a couple messages, Mike. We are going to get ready to say goodbye for the weekend. Unfortunately, I don't want to miss out on anybody. Let's go right here. I'm seeing a lot of the emojis. Still loyal, Lindsay. Everybody, thank you so much again for your support. It all helps out, guys. We truly appreciate it and appreciate you. Tyrone, need JPJ. Still loyal, says when JPJ signs, definitely got to get a JPJ one for a week or so. Absolutely.
Yes.
I'm down.
Yes. Yeah. When we sign him.
I'm down for sure. Let's go here to Lindsay. She says, yep, Tyrone won't even chat. Just put in JPJ. Absolutely. Let's go Still Loyal. Laugh my ass off. It'll be a JPJ emote. And then the GOAT. I like that. I could dig that. Let's go the whole live. Still Loyal says also, I swear to God, Lindsay says. And finally, my last one on the day, Mike Tyrone says, breaking news, Titans signed guard Peter Skoranek, 4-year, $100 million dollar deal, Mike. They have themselves a guard.
Yeah. That dude's a beast. I wanted him. I think he came out the year with Brojo.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude's beast. So we kind of know what interior offensive linemen are going to cost once some of our guys start coming up. If they pan out the way he does.
And Mike, also, Mike, you defeat the question of the day. You do win the Duquesne Pilsner. You'll be enjoying that early Monday as we do kick things off. So we hope to see everybody then. We hope everybody has a safe weekend, has a great weekend, guys. Again, the next football game that is going to be played by way of the NFL is going to be involving the black and the gold. A lot of games at that same time, but none between then and now. So we're going to be getting ready for that so soon. I do want to say, come get your son. I do want to say welcome to the show. Come get your son. Dunker, he's, you know what? I think he's right where he's at. He's still a work in progress. I don't think when they drafted him, especially at that particular point in the draft, he was going to be expected to be the one. But at this particular moment, he is working, and this offensive line certainly a work in progress. With the left side looking pretty solid, right side still working on that. But again, we got three preseason games to prepare, get that taken care of. And I do want to say, come get your son. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Terrible Board. We love having you here. We're glad to see you, and we hope that you come back. Unfortunately, we are getting ready to turn off for the weekend here on the show. I have to say this to everybody before I do go. I want to say thank you to everybody for coming and hanging out and checking us out today. We appreciate each and every one of you. We truly, honestly do. We wouldn't do it without you. Thank you so much. Everybody on the board, I want to thank you guys. Always keep the show interesting. You are the lifeblood of this show. You have been for a very, very long time, and it's never going to change. We love the Terrible Board, guys. We thank you for your support all the time with the memberships, with everything. You guys are amazing. And again, we couldn't do it without you. Thank you to the Terrible Board. Everybody that's at home, maybe listening in the car, in the gym, maybe at work, trying to squeak out that last 15 minutes, and you're just in the stall watching the show, commenting. Guys, we thank you too. Thank you to everybody as you rock our world. We hope that we could do that back for you. Guys, you certainly do that for us. Thank you so much to everybody. Lindsay says, this is he related to Benny in Pittsburgh, Spenny Sco? I don't know, Mike. Is that even pronounced? Is that even spelled the same way?
No.
Okay, I was just wondering. I'm looking and I don't see it. So that's two different people. That's two different names. So yes, Steel Loyal, if he's a Skoronic, he's probably a dog. And then Lindsay's asking if Skoronic and our Benny Skoronic is the same. And I didn't think it was even spelled the same. Steel Loyal says, RB, if you're still here, go buy a scratch off. Guys, again, we'll be back on Monday to get into it all over again, Mike, and it's officially on now. Not much that's going to keep us from the Steelers, and this goes all the way to February with the NFL, and hopefully that's our Steelers as well. So we'll be back back Monday. I'm sorry, if you're going down to Saturday Night Lights, enjoy yourselves. Make sure you're registered for you to head down. That is tomorrow at St. Vincent, 6 o'clock start. We'll be back Monday to talk about that and so much more, getting ready for Green Bay here at the show. Mike, final thoughts? Anything coming to you? Speak now, forever hold your peace. Anything of that nature? All right. So for RB, for Chop, for Finch, for Derpy, for Mike, myself, even those poor little crickets that Mike ate last week on the show, and also everybody at home. And guys, we thank you so much for us right here at the Two Dumb Yinzers. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. We'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye.